Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJIHITO here to bring you the news, or at least some videos. So we're going to go directly over some videos and have some conversations about life. So also, much love, respect, and appreciation to anybody who's going to see this later and come directly in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And let's get into it.
News from the 7 investigators. A local judge accused of making racist and homophobic comments is vacating her position after being removed from her docket more than a year ago.
It's a story the 7 investigators first broke in September of 2024. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is here with what she has learned.
This has been a long process. You'll recall we revealed recordings of Judge Kathleen Ryan making some shocking statements. Judge Ryan has essentially been on paid leave for 15 months and once described herself in those recordings as untouchable. The Judicial Tenure Commission has been investigating this for more than a year, but they did not take action against her. Her lawyers confirming to me late today that she is retiring, and the vacancy for her position has already been posted by the governor's office for potential candidates to apply for an appointment to the bench.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist.
The 7 investigators were the first to reveal the recordings that Oakland County officials say prompted Judge Kathleen Ryan's removal from her docket in August of 2024.
Black. I'm so off at this Black Lives Matter, hashtag Me Too, all this. Oh my God, like you.
On Wednesday, a judicial vacancy was posted on the State Bar website saying the former Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge was vacating her position on the bench.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding.
Good morning. You may be seated.
Ryan was a probate judge for 13 years until the Oakland County Probate Court administrator filed a complaint against her, alleging Ryan had been harassing him, calling him after hours for years, and making racist and other inappropriate comments.
I've never met anybody that enjoys hurting people and brags about it the way she does, or intimidating people, scaring people.
Hutton says his complaint was not acted on for months, so he then sent the recordings of his calls with Judge Ryan to state and county officials.
I just want to make it right, and I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of facts.
If you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
Judge Ryan has been paid for the last 15 months while she was out of the courthouse, and taxpayers have been footing the bill for visiting judges to handle her docket. Now her lawyers say she is retiring and leaving the bench. Judicial Tenure Commission investigations are not public unless they reach the point of the JTC filing formal charges. Again, that did not happen in this case, so the results of that will not be made public. Now, meanwhile, I did speak with one of Judge Ryan's colleagues, Judge Daniel A. O'Brien. He said Judge Ryan was a good judge, and he expressed frustration that the court was left with visiting judges for so long while the JTC investigated, saying that really left a lot of cases not having continuity. So at least there's some resolution. She's retiring.
So we heard it, right? And one of her colleagues even pulled up to the scene and was like, hey, she's a good judge. That is wild. After all of the stuff that she was like, hey, but and the funniest thing is, she stated something that a lot of other folks have pointed out before, right? That there's this type of bias when it deals with how others, see immigrants, aka the Africans, coming directly over with a clean slate and all of those things, versus how they look at and judge Black Americans. And she clearly stated that. She was like, hey, well, the Africans coming directly over, it's okay, it's fine, they're working directly with us. we can tell them what to do, and and they'll just do it. If you're Black, these Black Americans, no, they're lazy, they're this, they're that, and all this other type of stuff. Why? Because we're not going to fall for the okie doke. We're not going to go directly with your plan. We're not going to be your lapdogs. because we're actually going to use common sense and critical thinking and have these conversations. We're going to fight against a lot of the things that you are specifically trying to do, which are going to, have negative effects on the black community. Yeah. Okay. And then the guy came through, was like, yeah. She's a good judge. This is such a shame. And this is what a lot of black folks talk about all the time when it deals with people deciding that they want to, sit idly by and allow this type of racist rhetoric to be there. And then on top of that, it further goes into the point on why it is that or it proves the fact that black people cannot really get a fair shake in the judicial system, because you have a lot of folks like the judge, and she likes to say a lot of nonsense. She has a lot of beliefs. She is racist, right? This has been proven. But even with the proof, people are like, we're still going to just, she's on paid leave. She's on paid leave. It wasn't just until recent that they, after she, possibly has some lawyers talk to some people and look some things over so that she can get, what she was able to get. And then she was like, all right, well, I'm retiring. Instead of just getting her out of there so she wouldn't be able to have any retirement from this, they were like, no, we're gonna let her retire, and all of the money that she's accrued and that's going to be allotted to her, she's going to get all of that. Thanks to your racism, and thanks for working in the system against the blacks. It's crazy. It's diabolical out here, 100%. Also, shout out to Shauna, shout out to Pink, shout out to Nice Watch, Concerned Black American. What is up? Shout out to Eunice. We got Brandon B. World. This man, shout out to the $5 donor. This man was like, I was just about to call this dude. LOL. That man has come back to town. Cosita. Hopefully, I didn't want to butcher the first name, so I tried to go for the last part. Said that she should be stripped of her pension. I agree, 1,000%, 1,000%. And a lot of those cases that she presided over that dealt with Black American men should be looked over. Whatever time that was spent or given directly to them, they need to be compensated. A lot of things need to be looked at. Pink said retirement is not a resolution, it's a slap on the wrist. That's bars. Shorty said a good judge for who? Hey, I guess she's a good judge for anybody who is not black. Anybody else is good. If you're black, hey, it's gonna be tough. It's tough. Pink said they need to review all of her cases. Yeah. Yep. Millicent, what is up? What is up? You said I picked up on that, yet the judge didn't criticize what that demon said. Had a black judge said something about lazy whites, they would have had something to say. That's bars. That is bars. You said let's keep flipping the script by saying out of the fray. Let them undermine each other. Gotcha. Miss Knowles said, aren't they supposed to review all of her cases? They're working against their karma. God have mercy. Eunice said, absolutely. Yo, D Money, what is up? What is up? What's up? Hold on. Receipt. Oh, wait. See, I'm already butchering it. You said receiptas. I got you. Okay. Receiptas. Gotcha. Like I said, I don't like butchering names. So I try to go, with the last part, Like I said, it be like that. But now let's go directly back to the Black Lions, right? And we've had some live streams. We've had some videos that have touched directly on this topic. So we're going to listen to a Paul Bird song talking to Queen Flips about this whole situation. And we're going to see what he has to state.
Because it's communication.
What do you say to the people that's saying that you're bringing unwanted heat on the Black Panther movement? Because you're saying that, yo, if ICE touch me, they're gonna get a hole in their chest. You saying that publicly on news sites, you on the news. Saying, yo, I'm a blast him. So now what if they saying that what he stands for is putting this unnecessary heat on us that we not, for the people who may be here illegally, and we don't stand with that. What do you say to that? Like, because you got strong statements.
Well, number one, I want to put two things out there. Those people who are here illegally, right, have just as much right to be here as every white person that's on this continent. Just want to put that there because they came here illegally and brutalized and killed and tricked the people that were already here. So this land is Aztlan and Muskogee. It's not the United States of America. The United States of America Incorporated, which is a business that's owned by Britain, colonized this place for its resources and took it, just like it's trying to do with Venezuela right now. Because Trump is not over there to stop the drug game. He's over there to control the drug game and take control of their oil reserves.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna say is there is no such thing as an illegal immigrant on a land that's being run and military occupied by illegal immigrants. Put that out there. That's number one. Thing number two. What I said, I am a descendant of America's slaves. My great-grandparents were slaves.
ADOS.
So I cannot be deported. So the ICE agents, their jurisdiction is immigration customs enforcement. It's not natural-born citizen enforcement.
So question, the original, because I don't want people to get it confused. The original question was the nonsense that he was the threats, the silent threats that he was putting out there towards ICE agents, law enforcement, right? Talking about like, hey, if ICE mess with me, whatnot, whatever, we're gonna put a hole in their chest, all of that stuff. That's the exact same thing that I showed to people before, where when he was quote unquote a gang member on the streets, on the hardened streets, right, directly on the curb, right on the side of the road, he was up there making a video and he was saying the exact same things to the chief of police. So I'm like, how do you, as a quote unquote activist leader, how do you got the same mouth that you got as a gang member? Like that don't make any type of sense. Like you're making all of these veiled threats or just outward threats, and you want to do it under the name of the Black Panther Party when you are able to use that. And you are not really answering that question within at least we're almost within like 2 minutes of him talking, and he's going everywhere else. He's talking about everybody else. He ain't talking about nothing dealing with Black Americans. I just want to make that very clear. This dude is skating. He's a greater skater than Christy Yamaguchi. Like he is all over the ice right now. This is wild. But let's keep going.
If they were to grab me, it would not be a legal arrest. It would be an illegal abduction. It would be a kidnapping. And so if they try to abduct me, I have the right, according to the law, to defend myself.
Okay.
With equal force. So if they come at me with guns and body armor to take a natural-born citizen into their custody, which would be illegal because their jurisdiction isn't natural-born citizens. Their jurisdiction is immigrants and customs. I have nothing to do with that. So if they come and they grab me, right, they stepped out of their jurisdiction and illegally abducted a person who has the right to bear arms and the right to defend themselves as a natural-born citizen of this continent. So when I said that if they grab me, I'm going to defend myself, I would be just like if a police officer, if I didn't break any laws and I didn't do anything wrong, and a police officer decides to attempt to brutalize me, especially using this firearm, according to the law, I have the right to defend myself with the equal force, with any force necessary to preserve my life, to abate the immediate threat to serious harm or danger. That's what the law says. So, like that brother, the Mexican comrade who just shot a police officer and killed him in Texas, went to court and got off because the cop was trying to kill him. And the cop didn't have no legitimate reason to come after him. And he defended himself with his legal firearm. And that man is legally armed to this day and free because he operated according to the law. In the United States of America, if a police officer or an ICE agent illegally tries to hurt you, you have the right to defend yourself. You can even shoot and them to defend yourself if your life is in danger. That's the law. It's not something I'm saying. It's the law. Another brother, what was he? He's in Utah. Just shot and killed a police officer. All over the news. Just shot. I think it's Utah. Was in Vegas. He shot and killed a police officer, and he's free. He went to court and everything, and he's free because he was he was in the color of the law. His self-defense was adequate to the situation that befell him by the hands of a police officer. So I didn't say anything illegal. That's why my gun license is still valid. Still valid. That's why I still got guns. That's why I still walk up on the pigs with guns all the time. It's safe. That's why I still walk up on pigs with guns all the time. And they can't say nothing to me because they know I legally own that gun, legally got a gun license, and they can't stop it because I didn't break the law. And for people who saying I'm bringing unnecessary heat,
the callback.
Okay, check this out. What about those black children that were just taken out of school by ICE agents, right? What about the black father who was killed in Los Angeles by ICE agents, right? It ain't just about them. It ain't just about immigrants. Them ICE agents will burn your black too. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Okay.
And so when you say that ain't got nothing to do with us, well, that brother in LA thought the same thing, and now his kids are without a father. So it definitely has something to do with us. It's been had something to do with us. And it always will have something to do with us. Anything they do, think about it. On the moral scale of the white United States of America, the black demographic is regarded as the least of a person. We are the only ones that, according to the Constitution, aren't actually even human. So we are the lowest on the totem pole as far as how much they regard our lives. So how are you gonna say an immigrant whose lives they regard more than ours? If they're gonna go after them, we're safe. That doesn't make it from a logical standpoint. We're not talking about opinions. We're talking about what we know to be fact. We know to be fact that the black American is according to white America, we are the least significant people. We're the least significant people. Actually, for hundreds of years, we were regarded as animals and property only. We weren't allowed to read, right? We weren't allowed to have guns. We weren't allowed to have our own home, vote, or anything, right? So that's us. That's us right there we're talking about. And you're talking about some immigrants and them being attacked. And we really going to think that we're safe. And we're regarded lower by the people who own those mercenaries called ICE than the immigrants.
Stay blessed, my neighbor.
Right. So you heard that. While he was talking, I decided to try to look something up directly on what he was stating. The 5 black kids that were just taken by ICE. The most I can get is the ICE detains 4 Minnesota students, including a 5-year-old from a school district. And when I look at the 5-year-old that they have the picture of, he does not look black at all. Let me just tell you something. He don't look nothing close to Black American at all. That little boy looks Hispanic. Yeah. I don't know what he never answered the question. He never answered the question. It was a whole bunch of stuff that he was saying. Hey, I got the right to sit up there and defend myself if they use force against us. This country ain't really actually a country because it was stolen. And it was originally, basically belonging to these other groups of people. And he also was like, well, a lot of these immigrants and these folks, directly out here is getting attacked by ICE. And, really, it ain't even just about the immigrants. Everything dealing with ICE, is also affecting black people too, because this, that, and the third. He did not answer the question at all. The most he wanted to go into, he was like, well, what I said wasn't illegal. You didn't answer the question on how that can have a negative impact on the image or the name or the brand of the Black Panther Party. You didn't answer that. You didn't speak directly on that. You couldn't expound upon that. You just went all over the place. He was like, well, I said what I said, and I still got my gun license. Like, if I say anything illegal, if I say anything wrong, then obviously I wouldn't have my gun license, and I'd be locked up and all this other type of stuff, and yada, 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 and rah, 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 rah. And then he went in and talked about, like, oh, well, these other folks out here, they defended themselves, against the police, and they were found innocent, and all this other type of stuff, and yada, yada. Like, like I said, it's, a lot of these folks out here, it's very interesting when you got people out here that can just skate. It don't matter what type of surface they own. He could be on desert sand right now, and that man is just slipping to and from. That man is a ballerina out here when it deals with words and escaping question. Like that is wild to me. But like I say, hey, that man, he is the leader, directly out here of the Black Lions. I've never seen. Let me just look something up real quick. Do Black Lions exist? In the wild? They said, nope, completely black lions do not exist in the wild or in captivity. They are a myth, often spread by fake or AI-generated images, although some male lions have very dark, almost black manes, especially Ethiopian lions and melanistic leopards. Black panthers are real, but are a different species. Lions lack the genetic for true melanism, the condition causing black coats in other big cats like leopards and jaguars. Huh. So you had to change. Well, you were forced to change your name because the original Black Panthers, or the family and whatnot, put out that cease and desist. So you went from something that is real in reality that we can all see, know about, to naming yourself something that is completely fake. Okay. All right. Okay. You got it. You got it. That is diabolical. Diabolical. Let me see. Let's see what we got. I'm looking directly through there. See some high and mighty trolls directly in the comment section. People obviously having some problems. People don't like words out here. I don't know why. It's weird. So next, we're gonna go into the next video. So before I put this video on, let me just sit up there and say this. I promise you, give it enough time, somebody out there is going to attempt to try to use or frame this the video as a way to judge black men in a negative type of light, or to judge Wesley Snipes and trying to brand him as something else that he clearly is not. So we're going to listen to the video by Kim Kardashian, who has nothing but praise when it deals with Wesley Snipes and her interaction with Wesley Snipes and what that meant for her. Right. So let's just take a listen.
Your Wesley Snipes story.
Oh my God. Okay. So when I was a teenager, I went to New York with my friends.
Like 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all like 19, like Sarah Howard, all my friends from like back in the day. They all went to Boston. So they drove up to New York. And I went to New York once before with my dad, but never like on the party scene or anything. So we all are at this club called Life. I remember it like it was like the club, the place to be. So we go to, I just want to say, to start it off with, Wesley Snipes saved my life. I don't, and he doesn't know this story. He has no clue who I was.
No, think he knows?
Chloe,
I don't know. I've never thought of it like that.
I was a teenager. We didn't have
a show. It makes sense. Yeah,
no one knew who we were. Like,
that's crazy.
I have been dying to run into him to be like, I have to remind you of this story. You literally saved me.
You're right. He probably doesn't know.
We were at a club, and then everyone's like, oh my gosh, let's go back to like our friend's house for a party. And so my friend, Sarah Howard, she wrote on my hand her dad's address and was like, if we lose each other, this is the address.
Because at this time, there's no cell phones.
No cell phones.
Payphones only.
I don't think I've gotten a cab by myself. I didn't know. I'd never been in New York by myself. Once with dad when I was 16, but like, that's it. So then she hands me a $20 bill because we were sharing a purse. and was like, here's for a cab in case we can't find each other. So at the end of the night, it's like 5 o'clock. We're at this house party, no one to be found, cannot find anyone, don't have my money, realize my $20 is gone. All I have is this address. And I'm like, am I going to go downstairs and just walk out this building or wherever we were and just find a cab and beg them and hopefully get to Sarah's and like see if she's awake to get more money? Like, how am I going to do this? So I'm walking out, and I don't know if Wesley Snipes lived in the building or what, but he was there. Like, we were passing each other, and I was like, hi, sir, like, I'm so sorry, but like, do you think, I was like, I don't know where you're going. Like, are you going home? Whatever. I'm so sorry to like interrupt your night, but it's like early in the morning. So I'm like, do you think you can give me a ride home to this address? And he was like, sure, you know, he's like, but we're going to have to stop like for breakfast. I think he was leaving and on his way to breakfast, actually. He must have been like an early workout kind of guy and going for I don't know. So I'm just like, go to breakfast. Oh my God. Like, I just need to get home, but sure, you're my only ride. I was probably terrified.
Right.
So we go to breakfast, but he wasn't giving off like any creepy vibes. He wasn't giving off anything. I ran into him and asked him for a ride.
He probably thought you were some drunk, crazy kid.
No, because I wasn't.
No, I know you, but like,
I don't even know
when you're young and you think you look so much older, you probably thought you were like passing for 25. And
totally.
He could tell you're a young kid. Let me
Totally. So then we go to breakfast, and it's just like me and him. And like, I remember we ordered like eggs and pancakes, and I was just like sitting there like, all right, you know, and he just starts like schooling me like he's my father and is like, hey, you know, I don't know how old you are, but you're too young to be out this late. You're too young to be at parties. If there was a house party there or whatever. And I was like, oh, we went to this club. And he's like, no, you shouldn't be out at the clubs. You shouldn't be at these things. I'm going to take you home. And like, I never want to see you out at these things until you're old enough. And I've never seen him again. He saved my life. He schooled the out of me, scared me to death into being at clubs, because I'm like, oh, I'll never be at a club again, you know, like,
because he told you all these crazy things that could potentially happen. He really fathered you. And how dangerous
it was. He fully fathered me, and I have never forgot that. And it was so crazy. I've been like hoping that like maybe our paths would cross and we'd do a talk show or something on the same circuit, and I could just be like, hey, you probably don't remember this, but I was that teenage girl like in New York that you took to a cafe to like tell me that like my life better be on track. And I'm like, this is my first time at a nightclub. Like,
and that's what happens. Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have even believed me, you know?
Of course.
So
I love that story.
Shout out to Wesley Snipes. I hope this message gets to you that you are a lifesaver.
Right. So we heard that. Again, positive story. And a lot of people online, the funniest thing is that, a lot of people online were basically saying that she didn't meet Wesley, she met Blake. Because if you think about the fact of one of the main intros to the movie is Blade entering a nightclub that was, full of vampires. So he was just out there, doing what he normally does, slaying vampires. And he saw like this young girl directly out there, pretty much, lost and whatnot or whatever. He's like, yo, let me take a break real quick and let me educate you, about the nightlife and why it is at your age you shouldn't even be up out here. Like I said, positive story. Again, a lot of folks, like to pull up to the scene and say that, black men are good for nothing. Black men don't do this and black men don't do that. Or, people want to try to make every black man out here to be like some type of a predator or whatnot or whatever. And it's just not the case. Again, we got far too many stories directly out here of black men just doing whatever it is that they're doing, and then they just stop, take 5 seconds to help somebody out, no matter who it is. Just saying, and no telling. Like I said, she said that she was young at that time. Very easily, like some other random dude could have potentially snatched her up. It could have been over. We hear about missing teenage girls all the time across the United States, and we never find out what truly happened to them. You know. So, just thought it was a positive story. Just wanted to, put that out there. But anyways, let's go to the next story.
A new court filing reveals allegations of a secret gold rush in the woods of Dents Run, Pennsylvania.
We feel we were double-crossed and lied to.
Dennis Parada, a treasure hunter, is suing, claiming years ago he detected a possible trove of gold and silver buried underground that could be worth millions and led the FBI to it.
We brought him up here in the snow, set the GPL up, and set the test off, and the machine lit up gold. I mean, it was bright. The light bulb almost blew out.
Area folklore has it in 1863, during the Civil War, Army soldiers lost a shipment of gold in the Pennsylvania wilderness. Parada says his tip to the FBI in 2018 culminated in a secret dig in the middle of the night that even he didn't know about, and claims the government has been covering up the findings.
You could hear the noise, and I was like, and I looked, and that whole hillside, I said, it was so bright. They had the biggest lights out there.
I went back the day after they dug with all my equipment, and we didn't get no more gold or silver readings.
The dispute has turned into a legal battle, with the FBI in previous court filings acknowledging a team was sent to do testing, admitting tons of gold might be buried there, but saying nothing was found, and it, quote, continues to unequivocally reject any claims or speculation to the contrary. Parada doesn't buy it and is suing to get all the FBI records on the dig turned over, insisting he's due a finder's fee.
I will never stop. I will stick at this until the end, until I know everything that happened to that gold.
So what did we learn here, guys? We learned a variety of things. Number one, we learned that treasure hunters can actually find real treasure. Number two, we learned never to tell on yourself. Never go out there and think that you're doing a good deed. Like, oh, let me get the government involved. And again, this is a white dude, right? He pays his taxes. he does what it is that he is supposed to do. He loves the country. He loves the government. But the government was like, you know what? We don't actually love you, but what we do love, we love this money even more. They came through there like a thief in the night and started digging all night and took that gold. And it was like, all right, whatever paperwork we got on this, we don't got it. We're going to split this certain ways, and we're not going to speak of this ever again. And he's like, yo, I'm going to sit up there and sue these guys. I deserve a finder's fee. They're going to give you a finder's fee of $500. Somebody basically stated, or maybe it might have been a video, but it was potentially up until today's time dealing with the money, could have been potentially worth about 1.4 billion. It's over. You're not seeing none of that. It is done. So, I just hopefully that this is a lesson to a lot of the white folks out there. This is the government that you love and believe in. This is the government that you decide to have blind faith directly in. This is how they rob you, the exact same way that you've watched and allow them to rob the black community. This is exactly how they sit up there and rob you. This is just the first time possibly that you guys get to really acknowledge, what it is that is taking place. And the FBI, they gave a statement. They was like, yeah, we don't know what this man talking about. Whose man is this? It was like, yeah, we don't, I don't think, to our recollection, I don't think we really got any records on this. This dude is just, some type of weirdo, a wackadoo. So we're gonna, maybe sort of kind of comply with the courts, and we're just gonna wait this out up until his time basically comes, and then we can just put this behind us. Woo! That's woo! They got you. They ran your pockets in your own backyard. That's wild. You got robbed. The government got you good. I mean, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. I guess you'll figure it out. Guess you'll figure it out. Like you could have been on a yacht somewhere. You basically hit the lottery in your own backyard and you snitched on yourself. That is crazy. That is diabolical. You had all of that work right there. And all you had to do was just be quiet. Nope, you couldn't even be quiet. It was like, I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to sit up there and tell the government. I'm going to let the government know, and then the government's going to sit up there and give me some great money. No, they're not. The police never give people finder's fees. You think I done showed multiple videos on this platform of people doing the right thing. And you know what the police do when somebody turns in, let's say like a bag of like 200 cash, 200K. 200K cash. The police is like, hey, let me give you a handshake, and we're going to give you this plaque, and that's it. And I'm like, for all that, you should have just kept the money and just left the country. I'm just, I'm just gonna be real, because I'm like, at the end of the day, what I've learned from society is that, you know, being in a sense, one of these good Samaritans, you know, turning in, you know, some stuff, it doesn't work out in the end. It doesn't work out in the end. People can say whatever it is they want to say. It doesn't work out. Everybody who is able to, even the cops, sometimes you could catch them in pictures looking at somebody, and facial expressions is looking at the person who found everything, looking at them like a dummy. Because I'm like, yeah, they are. Because realistically, you know how many times cops find stuff all over the place, or they happen to, you know, do a bust and all this other. You really think that all of those cops are turning over all of that money? No. They got time of when they found the money to then when the money has to be counted to when the money is officially directly in the records. That's a lot of time. And usually what tends to happen is when cops run up on something, they start to take things before things can be accounted for. Because the only thing that counts is the official count that is going into the records. It'd be like that, though. It'd be like that. People just out here snitching on themselves. So the government, like I said, this is where we are with society, where the government don't even have to do a job. They don't have to, you know, specifically spy on people. The government can just wait for you to come to them, because people do it all the time. Stupid. 100% stupid. You're going to get a finder's fee. You feel that you're owed something. That sounds like reparations. Quite interesting. That sounds, you know, awfully, you know, awfully like what Black Americans have been talking about for the longest time possible. We're not getting anything, and neither will you. Good luck, though. Good luck to you. You know, you got the complexion. Anything is possible, but it's still not likely. Let's continue with the next video.
My son has a job now, and I feel like he should help me around the house with the bills. So I told him starting February.
No,
Told him starting February 1st, he's gonna start paying $500 a month. And then he's gonna start paying his cell phone. I've been paying his cell phone since he had a cell phone, since he was 7. You paid your phone bill like 2 times. Anyway, parents, do you think he should start paying rent? He feels like he don't have to pay rent. You want to give your part real fast?
I'm 17, bro. What am I paying rent for?
You can't stay nowhere for free. You work.
I know. When I'm 18, I'll figure that out.
No, you're going to figure it out now. $500 a month. I don't care what he say. Either $500 or the door.
Let me just explain something to people. This is why when it deals with a lot of Black kids out here, they don't want to take care of their parents. Let me just put that into clear-cut perspective. There's a lot of other groupings around this planet where people are not looking at their kids like, oh, you 16, 17? Yeah, start paying me rent, $500. What? What do we talk? And let me let you know something. The moment of time that you start doing this to your kids, and you think that you teaching a responsibility, that's the moment of time that your kids are looking at you and they're just counting down the many years up until they're going to be like, all right, I'm about to put you in a home. Yeah, your kids ain't going to be taking care of you. Nope. Not at all. And she is happy and proud directly about her decision of trying to make him pay $500. He's a teenager. And you're trying to make him pay full-fledged rent like he is a grown man, just like living in there randomly? Like, huh? So he got a job. He can't even, as a teenager, he can't even just sit up there and enjoy. Half, if not more than his check is already gone. So just tell people online that you're just bad with finances as a grown adult. Just tell people that as a grown adult, you already made one decision. You had the kid more than likely out of wedlock. If you got the teenager paying $500, that means that the father is not there. That also means that you don't even have a capable man in your life at all. and you're leaning directly on your son to pay $500 for the residence, of which he did not create, he did not establish, he did not sit up there and buy. Your son is not even going to be able to save up for anything because he has to sit up there and help you pay. But this is just wild. What is even brother? It's like, all right, responsible, all right, cool, pay your phone bill. But it's like the way I'm looking at it is like I would never have my child paying $500 for like if I need my child paying, I don't need to be living there. It's like that's just wild. That's just that's never happened to me at all. At all. Paying like your phone bill, you got something for like Xbox Live, whatnot, or whatever you paying for, your own food to buy, like let's say like some Uber Eats and stuff like yeah, you got that because you got a job. Right, you paying for now. You can cough up some gas money if you want me to take you somewhere. That's pay park. Give up some gas money stuff. But it's like, you asked for $500. That's crazy. You should have been asking that amount of money from the men that you were with. You shouldn't be asking that from your son. Your son didn't make that situation, nor should he be responsible for that situation. Like that's like I said to a lot of parents out here. The moment of time that you do this, your kids are just counting down the years up until the point that they can just put you in a home, and you can't tell them nothing. They taking care of you the same way that you wanted them to sit up there and start coughing up and paying all this money, where they couldn't even just enjoy just having like their first job. Like a lot of people wasn't able to do that. So because you, as the grown woman that you are, was not able to enjoy your first job or whatnot, whatever, you then want to pass that down to your son. So you don't want to teach them about, saving. You don't want to teach them about building up wealth or any of that. You're just like, all right, this is my time to start taking money from you. You got to cut. You got to break me off some money. If not, you up out of here. That's crazy. Realistically, if he had, if it was even possible for him to do, I would actually want him to work 2 jobs so that he can actually be up out of there. He can be up out of there, have his own place. Because that's crazy. It's like you sitting up here, you're going online making this video talking about he either got to pay money or he's out. This is why, again, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. That's crazy. That is wild. That is 100% wild. The son is 17, from what she stated. The son is 17. Nobody's going to sit up there and tell me that a 17-year-old needs to be paying $500. Like that's basically half, depending on where they are. Like in certain extents, that's basically half. No, that's crazy. That's why you as a grown working adult should be able to afford those bills. Because if your son wasn't there and you were still living there, now what? Now what's going to be the thing? Who's going to give up that $500? She's going to have to sit up there and afford that herself. Like that's wild. That is ridiculous. Because I promise you this though. Let's just put it into another realm. I promise you, if this woman had a daughter, she wouldn't be sitting up here saying her daughter got to sit up there and pay $500. Nope, she wouldn't be sitting up there saying that. But when it's the sons though, people are like, yeah, you got to start doing this. You got to start doing that. You got to start doing. I'm like, yo, that's wild. I'm like, for people that didn't even ask to be here, now they're being made responsible. That's a bit egregious. Irresponsible people asking for other people to be responsible. That's wild. That is wild. That is wild. That's wild. Malu, what is up? What is up? You said the daughter would have moved out. Yeah, daughter would have moved out. She would have. But the problem that we end up having with this situation is the other aspect of what I stated before, that mother is God, right? So no matter what the mother does, you will see a lot of the sons, they're going to be there to the very end. No matter what happened, no matter what the relationship is, the son is always going to be there. So even though the son feels the type of way about it, begrudgingly, he's still going to sit up there and give up that money because he's like, well, that's my mom and all this. And then there's going to be other people that's going to come directly into his ear that's going to sit up there and tell him, like, yo, man, it's your mom. Like, she did this and she did that. Like, yo, she gave you life. You should be giving her everything. That's the least that you can sit up there and do is like, yo, you should be giving everything directly, right? It's that whole thing. But I'm like, so what happened to all of these adults that want him to give up this 500? How come y'all ain't trying to, help him save up like a college fund, or y'all ain't trying to tell him like, yo, start, putting money. Matter of fact, he's not going to be able to save nothing. Just to be honest, if he's giving up more than likely half, if not more, of his check, he ain't gonna be able to save nothing. Because there's no guarantee that his mom is going to help him with his first car. She's gonna be like, "That's your car. That's your responsibility, not mine. I'm not trying to get a car. You are. So you pay for the insurance, you pay for the gas, you pay for the tire, you pay for anything on it." Like I said, like it's just gonna be all bad. It's gonna be all bad. It's gonna be all bad. Let me tell you. But like I said, that's this is the bed that she's making right now. Like I said, she's happy and proud directly of it. But the moment in time that I saw her wearing that backwards cap, like this was like some Love and Basketball or some Jesus Shuttlesworth type of deal. I'm like, I already know what time this is. So I already knew what type of time this was already, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Wait, Shauna said, look at what I just said. Wait. Let me see. Now I gotta scroll all the way back. You said Shauna said, no, you can't say that because remember that last video you showed with their mother was acting like that towards the daughter. What was how many videos I do, Shauna? It's hard for me to keep up. Last video, Lord have mercy. Like I said, y'all gonna have a better memory on this than I will. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. But hey, if you said if you said I did it, I must have had that video up there. So yeah, I put it as a 50-50. Anything is possible. Do this for so long and stuff starts getting past you. Stuff starts getting past you real quick. But it's crazy. Emma Hampton up there laughing. What we got? Somebody what Alan say? He said she should have had a husband in that home. Yeah, she should have, or at least a guy that cared. Because that whole thing is great. Like I said, there's I understand, trying to teach financial responsibility to kids. I get that part, but doing it to this extreme, like that's not going to teach them nothing but resentment. That's not going to teach them nothing but resentment at the end of the day. Now, also, and then let me put this directly in there. I can't speak for no other community, but I know it's highly prevalent when it deals, within the Black community. I'm tired of parents putting bills in a kid's name. I'm tired of that because she seems like the type that would do that. And that is something that is prevalent, and that is a conversation that has been, here and there talked about. But I need Black folks to stop doing that. Just because, again, this is why I sit up there and say that a lot of parents that end up having kids and all that type of stuff, and they're not financially responsible. They slide that directly over to the kids. They make the kids responsible for their lack of financial literacy, which is crazy to me. You're going to mess up the kids' credit. You're going to mess up everything that they got before they even are able to write their names. Because like, we need this and that. Let me just put this directly in. And everybody got jacked up credit now. Everybody is completely jacked up. Kid basically, owes bills. And They don't even know 2 + 2. It's like, that's wild to me. Yo, it is wild to me. Like I said, there's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. A lot of things. You said putting bills in a child's name and then not paying on time and ruining the child's credit is a form of abuse. I mean, I gotta agree. Because, like I said, that's crazy to me. And then the craziest part is a lot of kids, unbeknownst to them, they're living in a house where a lot of the bills, when it's like the electric, the gas, and the water, all of that is in their name. But then the parents are the ones sitting up there getting attitudes and getting mad at the kid and this, that, and the third. I'm like, how dare you have an attitude at the person that you're using in order to get stuff that you couldn't do in your own name? Like, that's wild to me. Like, realistically, like, looking at that, I'm like, a lot of parents should actually be talking to their kids different. You should actually have a nicer tone, because if that child wasn't there, you would probably be in a shelter. Because you would have nothing to leverage on your own because you don't got nothing. Like, in a lot of instances, when you look at it, these children are a lifeline for a lot of folks out here. Because, again, people don't know how to manage money. A lot of adults can't even get stuff under their own name because they've jacked it up. So it's like, a kid came here, you got a clean slate. Let me just sit up there and use your social real quick. Let me start making some credit cards and stuff directly in your name. Let me start putting some bills in your name. And then they start the exact same thing they did with their name and pass it on to their kids. That's wild. That is wild. That is wild. But now let's go to the next video, and this one has to deal with ICE.
Oh man, Buzz. That's them behind us?
Yeah. You're a friend of mine.
I'm a friend of yours? Boss, I'm supposed to be going to work. You getting me pulled over by police, bro.
Close your window.
I ain't closing my window. I got a warrant. You getting me by police, man.
You see me pulling you over? Give me your license and registration right now. Soon. No, give me your license and registration. Soon, I said soon.
What happened?
Put the vehicle.
Let me get out. I'm a night chair employee. I don't know what the is going on. I'm going to work, so I got the wrong version. I don't know what's going on. Let me get the out. I just need it from my supervisor while I'm late. Oh, shit.
Hold on, go. Yeah. I got it.
Y'all fellas have a good day. I'm going to work, man. That's crazy.
Sorry about that, man.
It's all good. I got nothing to do with it. I got a job, and y'all got a job.
And you had people online trying to sit up there and say that the black dude was wrong. No, he's not. He got his own life to sit up there and deal with. He honestly said, he was like, yo, man, I got stuff against you right now. I'm just trying to live and go to work, man. I'm trying to live straight and narrow right now. I'm leaving all that nonsense to the side. And the other dude don't care. Barely speak English. The other dude did not care. You saw what the other dude did. Now, just imagine if that black dude decided to stay in that car when that dude drove off. Oh, it's over. He's going right back in, and he had nothing to do with it. This is why I keep sitting up there stating that these situations don't got nothing to do with black Americans. You see how he sat up there and left that black dude? You see how he did that, right? You see how he decided that he wanted to pull off on police and ICE, right? Now that would have put the black dude right. What? Right back in jail. Right back in the situation. Also, I'm happy he had this recorded. So just in case he got to show parole or whoever it is, the courts, he clearly got proof. He was like, yo, I ain't had nothing to do with this situation. I'm just trying to sit up there and go to work. I don't know nothing about nothing. Like, he sat up there and you saw, and notice this though. Notice that was a black American, right? He said he had some stuff against him. Did ICE card him? Did ICE arrest him? Did they hold him up from walking away from the situation after the immigrant drove directly off? No. So again, what's all of this talk where people like to sit up there and say, "Oh, Black Americans, you guys are getting targeted by ICE. They're doing this and they're doing that and they're locking you guys directly up." Where? Because that's not what happened in this video. That's not what specifically happened in this video. I didn't see that. Like I said, this don't got nothing to do with Black Americans. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, shout out to that black man. He did the right thing. Secure yourself first. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Let's go to the next video.
This. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
So before we get into the video, I'm going to replay this again. But the reason I got to point this directly out is because you have folks out here that believe that just because they are who it is that they are owed something. That men out here should be, well, more so specifically, that black men out here should automatically be risking life and limb for just random women directly out here. Right? So let me just replay this, and we're going to see the whole totality of the context, right?
So let me clarify this. Are y'all telling us that if you are not related to us, if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting? Is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
But first tonight, one family is grieving and another hopes their loved one survives.
This comes after police tell us a man stepped in to save a woman who was getting attacked with a knife. Demetrius Johnson is hailed as a hero for his actions, but it cost him his life. This all played out around 2 this morning in a Warren neighborhood.
His family is saddened by this.
He always had a smile on his face.
But they are not stunned. He died saving someone he barely knew.
It doesn't surprise me that he would intervene and do something to help a woman who was being attacked.
If my cousin was a coward, he'll be.
Right. So what the dude was going to say is that if his cousin was a coward, he would have been alive today. So somebody got to explain to me, right? So when I go back to this woman and the many others just like her who say that random black dudes every day should just be out there just throwing their lives directly to the flames. My main question that I always ask are where are these women at when it deals with the families that lose a father, a brother, an uncle, a son, a grandson, right? Where are those women at to hold those, to pastorize those men, to make sure that the world never forgets those men? Where are women like this to celebrate those men who have done that? And the craziest part is these women would get directly online and tell every other black dude out here, be like, yo, you better risk your life for me no matter what basically happens. But they would never go out there and tell their sons to do the same thing. That's the crazy part. So they will look at every black woman with a family and say that all of your men need to risk your lives. They need to risk their lives for her. But they would never put the men of their family that they love and hold dear so much, including their sons and their husbands, they would never put their lives up there on the altar for you. Crazy how that works. Crazy how that works. Like I said, all of this talk online, but you never hear none of the celebration. You never hear none of the celebration. Then on top of that, like I said before, there was a story that I gave y'all about 4 years ago, where a father went to a hotel to defend his daughter because the boyfriend was abusive. And when the father showed up, the boyfriend and the father got into a scuffle, and the father lost his life. Now what's the moral of the story there? What is the moral of the story there? Are we going to sit up there and say that, oh, well, that father should have been much more of a father, and if the father would have raised his daughter right, then she wouldn't have ended up in that situation, which then caused him to lose his life? So really, it's the father's fault? Or are we going to say that the daughter is the causation? Because without the daughter existing, those two men would have never crossed paths at all. But I promise you, there's a lot of folks out there that'll sit up there and just blame the father. Like, I know, no matter what happens, it's the father's fault. Crazy work. Crazy work. So again, you got black men out here that lose their lives. You got a black daughter out here that's unprotected because he decided, instead of minding his business and protecting what it is that he created and staying directly at home, he went with everybody else's, words and was like, I'm going to go out here and protect. So now who's going to sit up there and protect? So that man, let me go back to that. So this man that sat up there and risked his life, who's going to protect his daughter? Are those women going to pull up? Are all of those women that say that black men need to be pulling up and protecting all black women, are they going to pull up to the scene and protect that little girl from the world? No, they're not. She has no protection. She's going to be directly out here. And what's still going to happen? People are going to be like, well, maybe if the father was there, the black father is still going to be to blame, even when he's not there, because he did what other people told him he should have done. But yet, even when that happens, nobody's going to step up to take the place, to take, to hold it down. And this happens daily. But you just don't get a chance to really hear about it because that's not what people want to hear. They want to just be online. They want to be able to complain and point the finger at somebody and lay the blame directly at somebody. That's tragic. Like I said, my condolences to the young girl. And it's gonna be a real cold and tough world directly out here. Real cold and tough world. But let's continue.
Your last name from Flores to Millian.
Yes, it was absolutely a business decision. I'm Afro-Cuban. Especially in the early phases of my career, you didn't see as many of our faces on TV. A lot of auditions I would go in for, I would try to go in as a Latina, but my skin color didn't really match the last name to what was appealing at that time. So I really couldn't go in for Latina roles. And then when there was going for an African-American role, they're like, Flores, oh, she's Hispanic. She can't even come to this audition. So I don't even know why we didn't think of it, but my mom's last name is Millian, Christina Millian. Christina Millian. Hey, that kind of works. Same picture, same headshot. Changed the last name to Millian. We sent it to the same casting directors. And do you know, just that one small little changed the trajectory of my whole career.
Wow.
It's not something that I'm proud of that being the reason, but I'm happy we see more Black Latina faces on television now. If I was currently getting into the business now, I feel like I wouldn't have to change my last name for that to happen.
Right. So the thing that's very interesting dealing with this is that she stated herself, because of her skin complexion, that she was not able to fit these specific roles. Now, why is that? Why wouldn't she be able? That would just seem like people in that community is colorist. And she said that she is Afro-Cuban. Color me surprised. Don't I just keep referencing the whole book of the first and the second and the third wave of Cubans? And when it dealt and came down to the third and final wave of the Cubans coming from Cuba over to Florida, the lighter Cubans looked at the darker Cubans and told them to go back. They told them that America is not for you. So I can't really say that I'm surprised. And this also further proves the type of colorism and, dare I say, racism, because to the extent that they decide to treat their own people that are melanated, how do you then think that they're going to see, describe, and treat Black Americans? because again, we're darker complected. We have, quite a bit of melanin directly with us. How do you think that they're going to reference and in a sense see us? And this is not the first time that I've heard an Afro-Cuban or an Afro-Latina who is an actress speak on these types of things. But the main thing that I did hear, I think, wasn't it the woman that's with what's the Morpheus? Is it? Let me see. What's Morpheus' wife's name? Um, Let me see. I think that should be wife. Yeah. Right. So let me put this image directly up there. Right. So this is Lawrence Fishburne and his wife, right? Very looking couple. I could have sworn I saw an interview of her, in a sense, having a complaint about the types of roles that she is only able to specifically get, right? And she was only able to get the roles, quote unquote, black women and this, that, and the third. She wasn't able to get specific roles that dealt with her. And she had a unique problem with that. But I'm like, well, that don't got nothing to do with us. You better start talking to your people. Bring those frustrations to your people. Don't bring those frustrations to us. Like I said, when it deals with black Americans, we're kind enough to sit up there and allow other people there, because we understand how the system is. We understand how Hollywood is, right? We understand how people judge you because of your skin complexion, your skin tone, and all of those things, right? We have a certain type of understanding, so we'll let a lot of things slide. There's a lot of people here that ain't even Black American that we have allowed directly into the fold. But I don't know. Like I said, people gonna have to learn some stuff. People gonna have to figure some stuff directly out for themselves. People are really going to have to sit up there and figure it out. Speaking of figuring out, let's just take a listen to this next video here, because I want to see if people want to try to say if this person is xenophobic or has a hatred towards immigrants.
1,000 people must leave the U.S. by February 2026, and many are looking to come to the Bahamas instead of going back home to Haiti. At the same time, our government is pushing an asylum bill, a bill that is promised to Haitian influencer and soon-to-be PLP Senator Louis Georges that will change our country forever. This bill stops Haitians from being charged for illegal entry, stops them from being charged for overstaying, stops them from being charged for paying bribes or carrying fake documents, and it gives them immunity from prosecution, guarantees food and shelter, and opens a direct pathway to citizenship. This bill legalizes illegal entry and weakens our immigration department. Bahamians, this is not politics. This is national survival. We need to stand up for our country, and we need to stand up before we lose our country. Get out there and march. Do what you got to do to protect our country.
Oh, look at that. That man was like, yo, Bahamians, we need to protect our lineage. We got to protect our culture. We got to protect our country. We got to protect everything that we hold dear, our home. We cannot allow these Haitians who were in America and now don't want to return home. We cannot allow them to come to the Bahamas, because this is not their home. They have a home. That's crazy, because when Black Americans be saying stuff like this, people want to sit up and say that we're xenophobic and we're this and that and all of these other things. But you got a Bahamian man saying this, and I don't see all of it. I don't see the outcry online. I don't see people talking crazy. I don't see people with the rebranding and name calling and this, that, and the third. I don't see nobody saying nothing. And I'm like, that's wild. I'm like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like I said before, all of these attacks are only specifically for Black Americans. All of these attacks are specifically on Black Americans. That's all anybody is focused on, because don't nobody care about nothing else. Because they can't get any type of light or attention trying to, talk about nobody else. Some crazy work, though. It's diabolical. Everybody in the waters, but he's like, yeah, you got your waters over there. Don't come over the house. I mean, and he does have a valid point. I'm like, yo, if you Haitian, go back to Haiti. I'm like, I don't understand what's the big deal. Why can't you go back there? Why would you want to go to somewhere else that again is not your home? Why are you so afraid to go back home? That's wild to me. That's wild. Like I said, nobody can ever answer that question. But everybody can always give a reason on why they should be here and why they can stay. That's some crazy work, though. That is some crazy work. Let's continue.
I just want to come here and I want to see how y'all, like, if am I wrong from y'all point of view, right? So y'all, a couple days ago, my sister was feeling frozen to death behind the highway. She's with two, sorry y'all. She was with two females that she called her best friend. So I'm about to tell y'all the story that I've received, and more so, this might be like at least 2 or 3 parts if y'all get this up. So y'all, this happened like 2-3 days ago. I think Saturday. Yeah. Saturday or Friday. Saturday. So she was filmed behind the highway in grass and rocks. Dead, frozen to death. They said she died from hypothermia. So she was at the club. She was at a nightclub called Warrior on Delaware Ave. She was down there. She got kicked out. My sister is like, she a party and life of the party. Like, she just had fun anywhere she goes. So I guess she was having too much fun. I wasn't there. I don't know. So I guess she was having too much fun. So she was with two females that she called her best friend. They like, I guess they was mad at her. I don't know. But my sister thought she lost her phone. That's how drunk she was. She thought she lost her phone. Whole time her phone was on her. You know how you drunk and you think you lost something, whole time is on you. So my sister thought her phone was on her whole time it was. Cool. The girls that she was with was like they lost their car key, so they had to go upstairs. Can you get my news out of there, please? They said they wanted to go upstairs and get the car keys. Instead of saying, hey, leave, you go upstairs and I'm going to be here and stand right here with such and such, they didn't do that. They left my sister while she was drunk, slurring her words, stumbling everywhere outside by herself in cold air.
So let me just stop it right there, because I've tried to touch on this topic quite a few times, and whenever I happen to do videos or things like that, people don't pull up to the scene. People, really don't have nothing to say. And the main thing I'm saying is this, right? All the times I hear videos from TikTok to IG to YouTube to wherever social media or videos are present, and I always see women all the time, especially when it deals with the black community. I always see women talking about, oh, black men are dangerous. Be out on the lookout. Don't trust black men with your drinks. Don't just trust random black dude. All this other type of stuff, right? Everything negative. Cool, fine, no problem. But where are those same videos when it deals with black women losing their lives to other black women because of their friends? I done heard 99 different stories all over the years, all over the internet, of women talking about that they were drunk and this and that and the third, and how their friends left them. I even did a video before in a live stream of a black woman. She's blind, and her friend that she came to the club with left her, knowing the fact that she is blind. She is vision impaired. And the woman had to go around the club for 30 to 40 minutes trying to just dance around or whatnot or whatever, trying to bump into and trying to feel the clothes of the people to see if she could find her friend, because again, she is blind. What was the saving grace in that whole video? The only person to pull up to the scene and save her and to realize that there was a problem was a black man. Black man that she ended up, talking to or dancing with. She explained the situation. He was the one that got her out of the club and got her a cab or Uber that got her safely home. So I'm just trying to figure out, how is it possible that nobody talks about the dangers of women being around other women, how treacherous other women are towards other women, how women will leave or set other women up, and how a lot of other women out here are not for the best interest of said women. But everybody got this mouth to specifically talk about men, but more so specifically black men being a danger to any and everybody. And this young woman up here is talking about how her sister was out there with her female friends, and then they just found her in a cold on the side of a highway or a freeway. But the last people that she was with were two women. That's wild. That's wild. But you know, people got it though. Remember, black men are dangerous. Y'all, people got it.
It was very cold Saturday night. This happened the 24th. It was cold as that day. If you live in Philly, you know it was cold as that day. It was so cold. It was windy. So y'all left my sister out there with no jacket, no coat, no nothing, out there by herself. She called her girlfriend, but she called her girlfriend, and I guess she was crying. The last word she said was these. And after that, she was found missing. She was missing for 10 plus hours, and her girlfriend put in a missing report on her. So she filed a missing report. They found her at 5 o'clock or 4 p.m. and said she was found dead, frozen to death from hypothermia. My whole thing is the friends are saying, oh, I don't know where she went. I thought she went home. It don't make no sense because once one leave, we all leave. It's never, oh, you can go ahead and we gonna stay here and part.
And she's right. That's what I've always heard. You know, and the funny thing is, at the point in time that I did go to a private school, right? Shout out to Temple of Faith. The main thing that I remember the teachers teaching the young girls there is that, you know, everybody goes to the bathroom, right? It's not, you know, in a sense, just a, you know, a solo, you know, type of things. Like, you know, you're going to be paired off with somebody else. So again, they were trying to, like I said, I've never seen this happen in public schools because I know that they don't teach that in public schools. Right. But again, going from when I was younger, I watched the black female teachers that were there. That's what they were teaching and training, you know, those young girls directly on. And for me, I thought I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. But then I found it to be weird that, you know, when you're outside of a private school and you go into public, you know, settings, you go to a public middle school and you go to a public high school, you don't see those exact same, like you see the girls just sitting up there just, you know, just doing whatnot or whatever. And then you end up hearing like, you know, fights happen or all this other type of stuff, or maybe somebody left the school and yada, yada, yada. Like I said, you know, it's wild to me to hear women online talking about that they love and care about the lives of other women, but it's only to the extent of when a man did something harmful. If a woman or a female friend does something to negatively impact or harm a woman, you got a lot of women out here silent on social media. They're silent. They're silent on X. They're silent on TikTok. Like I said, I done covered multiple videos of women being on TikTok and just saying whatever they want to say about men, and more, just to be specific, black men, stating whatever it is that they want to state, you know, trying to leverage whatever stories that they can leverage in order to give off the perception is that black men are just, you know, everything bad and nothing close to the son of God at all. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, so you do all of that talking, but then you just sweep stories like this, you sweep information, you know, like this, just under a rug and just make it seem like it just don't exist because it's not important because a black man didn't do it. That's wild to me. And like I said, that shows me really how much a lot of these women actually care, which is pretty much zero. But let's keep going.
You tripping. Or if my friend walk off and I can't find her, I'm gonna call the cops or call her mother immediately, or whoever I'm with, call whoever I know closer to them immediately. Them went to sleep. They left knowing my sister was not with them. My sister was incoherent. She was drunk. She is no way that y'all didn't go look for her. If y'all know Rivers Casino, right there, Delaware Ave, they are very long blocks. All of them are long blocks. My sister was found 10 minutes from the club. How the fuck did an overly drunk person walk 10 minutes from a club over big blocks, big streets, and then end up in a back of a highway on rocks and grass. It's
One thing. So Ms. Strand 536, she says some black men are evil though 100%, but it doesn't make all black men bad though. Same goes for women of all races. But the thing about it is, you made sure to be specific when you wanted to say the types of men that are evil though. You wanted to make sure, like, hey, let me make sure to sit up there and highlight, these black men though. Not saying all, but let me make sure to highlight it. You didn't say all men though. Like when you made sure to speak on women, you were like women of all races. Like I said, it's cool, right? Maybe you had some bad interactions with black men that you were specifically with, dated, engaged, got married to, whatnot or whatever. It'd be like that, right? But again, this is when people gotta, fix their point of view, their perception of certain things, and not trying to pigeonhole, a whole group because of the selective choices that people made. Again, I speak on stuff myself. I speak on wrong choices and decisions I make all the time, and I can't specifically, pigeonhole a whole group of women directly to what the few, did to me, or technically, to put it into better perspective, what I allowed to take place and happen to me. Right. I don't know. That's the other thing I wanted to add directly with that, the whole thing dealing with black men. The craziest part is when it deals with the narrative of how black men are looked at, it's always the negative first, and then people will go to the positive dead last. But the craziest thing is that I've seen women online telling their kids, like, hey, if you ever need help, go find you a black man. So I'm just trying to figure, I'm like, all right. So just in general, she didn't say any other group of men. She didn't even say the men of her race. She said, go find you a black man. Right? She didn't say like a certain type. She didn't give like a preference or anything like that. She just generalizes, just go find you a black man. He'll sit up there and help you. But then when it's like the other way, it's like, hey, well, I ain't saying all black guys are bad, but you know y'all out there. You know the ones that's out there though, right? Like it's like I said, the perceptions that people have are very much different. That's what social media has taught me with when it deals with certain things, right? Some people will perceive you as something completely different, and other people will just be like, hey, those are those people. They will sit up there and help you out. They'll be right there with you. But it'd be like that. It'd be like that. But let's continue.
nothing that y'all could tell me that I can't wait till the old time to come back for my sister, because I feel like something was done to her. And if nothing was done to her, y'all made her get out that car. And me and my mother, we went to where she was filmed at yesterday, and I cried so bad. It was so bad for me. I couldn't even. I'm like, no, like just pull off, please, like just pull off, because it was just, how the did she get back in the back of the highway? It didn't make no sense. So y'all the changing their Instagram, they're changing their numbers, they're not reaching out to their family. If my friend was to die in you feel me, wherever I'm at, of course you want to get blamed. You was the last person with her. But I'm going to prove my innocence regardless. I don't give a how mad the family is mad at me. It is what it is. I didn't do that to my friend. I genuinely don't know. But I would have never took them protocols they took for my sister, which means they didn't care. Now I'm hearing a little, they really wasn't my sister's friends for. They used to argue with her, get in a dumbass argument, they get drunk, bring up the past, whatever case may be. So I really don't know. I never met my sister 29 years old, I'm 19. We don't have the same friends. I see my sister when we see each other, we talk. She told me she loved me. We all, you feel me? This just don't add up. It don't seem right to me. And it's like all these people got so many different stories, and it's no way my sister was found frozen to death while she was in the care of that was not incoherent or drunk. It's no way that y'all were drunk and y'all drove y'all car. Now, okay, maybe my sister did wander off. I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt she did wander off. Okay, why didn't you go look for her? Why didn't you go look for my sister? Why didn't y'all take the time to go look for her? Because my friends took the time to look for me. I'm looking for them. So what you mean? Like, I just don't get it, and it's just not adding up to me, and I just don't know. and there's a lot of other shit on top of it with family like that. Like when people die, a lot of shit just go weird, it go wrong, and it's just like nobody gonna tell me that my sister wasn't hurt or harmed or even put in a harm's way, because there's no way that she ended up behind the highway when she lived the opposite direction. Now, okay, I'm gonna give my sister the benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe she was drunk. My sister get drunk all the time. Which y'all slipped her something? Which y'all did something to her? Cause she was slurring her original phone with her. So it was like what was going on? Like I just don't know. It's a lot of answers, but y'all tell me how this seemed. Would y'all leave y'all friends? Would y'all leave y'all friends? Would y'all leave y'all friends? Would y'all not? Would y'all go home and sleep peacefully in the bed while your friend gone, missing, and then they pop up dead, not even 24 hours later? Would y'all? Y'all let me know in the comments, please. Think because I don't know what the going on like this.
So again, this is not me trying to blame the victim or nothing like that. But I'm going to specifically say this to women, because I know a lot of women like to drink. This is the main thing that women like to do when they go out to the club: drink. I need women to stop getting drunk. I know that's a tall order to ask, but I need a lot of women to stop getting drunk. Just to be real, if you want to get drunk, be at home. Be at home. If you want to get knocked down, blackout drunk, silly, be at home. Stop going to places where you have to worry about your safety. Stop going out to places and getting drunk in strange environments around people that you don't know. Like I said, I'm not a drinker. So I can sit up there. I'm gonna, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. I don't know, because some people are like, well, you don't even drink, so how would you even know about anything? You never even experienced. I don't gotta experience it to know that it's bad. I done watch Friends. I don't need to experience it. I will just live through that example and watch people just, hey man, yo, what happened? Like, I don't even remember what's happened. It happened like yesterday. Yeah, no, I don't got no time for that. Nah, I don't. That's not my life. That's not the type of style that I run. I like to remember, what it is that I ate, what it is that I did, who it is that I was around, what happened throughout the day. I'm not just trying to be knocked out drunk to the point where I don't even know what's happening, where people can just like move me and just rummage through pockets and no. Like I said, a lot of y'all folks out here that like to drink like that, y'all like to play Russian roulette with your lives. A lot of y'all like to play Russian roulette. Like I said, for me, I would just sit up there and tell people just don't drink. But again, I'm not in control of nobody. Who am I to sit up there? I'm a non-drinker. Who am I to sit up and tell somebody not to drink? People go through a lot of life things every single day, right? So that may be the reason why they do it. But like I said, I got my reasons. Number one, I'm not trying to have a blackout drunk thing. I'm not trying to go to nobody and ask them like, yo, what happened? Help me remember. I like to be aware of my surroundings and the people around me. Nor do I want to be set up or blamed specifically for anything taking place and or happening. And as I told people before, alcoholism runs directly in my family. So yeah, no, I don't watch multiple people in my family that are drunks. I'm not about to be one of those. I'm sorry. I care about my body. I care about my liver. I'm not doing that. No. No. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm not about to drink myself into a stupor. I'm not about to drink myself into depression. I'm not going to try to drink my problems and my situations away. I'm not doing that. Like I said, I've watched family do it, and I'm not going to do it. This is what breaking generational curses looks and sounds directly like. I'm using the life examples of what I'm able to see and making sure I do not go down that road, saving myself before it even happens. That's what being a responsible person is. Like I said, that's crazy to me. But like I said, at the end of the day, for a lot of women, again, I did say that, I can't, directly, control nobody. But for a lot of women, stop going out there drinking. I'm just going to be honest. You don't need to drink. You don't know the bartender. You don't know if the bartender is in on something. You don't know if somebody is passing by and they just throw something directly in your drink. And a lot of women, they like very cloudy, fruity type of drinks. They got a lot of stuff going on. You can't tell nothing that is going on. You can't tell nothing. And women get so distracted while they're out and and just, you know, all over the place, that you're not even analyzing your drink before you drink. You're not even looking at it. And this is why you got some women out here that have created certain devices. They got straws that, you know, change color if anything is, you know, specifically put or placed in the drink. You got covers that are placed that you can specifically place, you know, directly on drinks, and you know, and things like that. So yeah, you know, just saying. Women got to make sure that you are aware, because like I said, it's not even just men that you got to be worried about. You should be realistically worried about everybody. It is a fallacy to think that women do not mean other women harm. I don't know who started that. I'm not sure who pushed that. I'm not sure why the mass majority of women believe that other women don't mean them no harm, but that is the stupidest belief possible. You are putting blind faith again into a stranger, but you got so much faith in them because they're reflective of you. And you're like, well, they look like me, so I wouldn't cause harm to myself. So I know they're not going to cause harm to me. And this is exactly when things fall down. So case in point, example, this story here, how this young woman sat up there and lost her sister because she had trust in the women that she was around. And those were the wrong people to have trust in. But she believed in them because they're women. Why would a woman cause harm to another woman? Only men do that. Right? That's what we're all taught. Men are the villains, men are the criminals, men are the only ones to do anything towards women, because women are women. Crazy work. Crazy work, man. Like I said, condolences to those out there who have, you know, lost sisters and daughters in events like this. Like I said, I would just wish that people would you know, like, wisen up and pay attention. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Third set, a woman blocked me on her channel because I said her drink looks like Blue Dawn dishing liquid. Hey, like I said, people be trying to put so much sugar in the drink you can't even tell that the alcohol is even there. And then this is when the alcohol sneaks up on people, and then they're just like all over the place, just out. Just completely just out. I'm like, wow. But I got you let me see. I have went directly to the Discord. I got you, Ty. I see you. Oh, that's actually up there like that. That is wild. Let me see. Where is, what was I going to? Discord. And Ty, you know, the funniest thing is the video that you sent, I actually some days ago, I actually have that video. But I just forgot to post it. I forgot to bring that up in a live stream. And I wanted to bring that video up because that was just, it was 1,000% crazy. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, you really got up here and you thought it was a good look to have, you know, that conversation. And I'm like, wow. I'm like I said, some, you know, some women out here, they are bold, you know, with these conversations. They are very, very bold. So what we're gonna do now is, got to give me a quick second because I gotta slim the video, not slim it down, but you know, gotta do a few things real quick. To the also the other thing I wanted to speak on as well too, for a lot of women out there, if you got daughters, please talk to your daughters. Please, dear Lord, talk to your daughters, and and just try to put them up on some stuff. Just try to, you know, educate them on some stuff, and to not have them be so naive as to think that their friends you know, have the best, you know, looks directly for them, as if they 100% you know, care directly for them, you know. Because like I said before, you know, a lot of these folks out here, they just don't mean you well. They just don't. Like I said, that's why I try to make stuff as even as possible, because I feel as though if I make this like a slanted type of thing, people are going to lose even more, because people are only paying attention to one side versus looking at everything as it is. Right? You shouldn't just look at, oh, just this one group is the most dangerous. No, everybody. Because that's how you slip up. The moment in time that people realize that, oh, you only looking, directly over. Oh, you only view them as the true danger. Oh, yeah. I'm all for you. Yeah. Just come directly over here. You walking over there towards a werewolf or a vampire, and now you wonder how you ended up being a ghoul. Now you're trying to figure out how you ended up in the dungeon. Like I said, it is crazy out here. It is diabolical. So now we got that. So let me just download this real quick. Should not take that long. And also much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all of you guys who are currently here, listening to the conversation. Why would it take that long? That's crazy to me.
You do if your partner is amazing.
Right. So we got that. So now let's go right back and put this in front of you guys so we can have the conversation.
If your partner is amazing, like he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Real grown.
Tell me more about this 24 grown. That's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
This saying. And you don't feel appreciated. Can't win.
So there's actually it's a little bit more to the video that they were going to go into, because some of the women specifically started speaking to her, right? But let's just go back to this woman right here. She said that she was basically in a hospital and she couldn't do anything for herself, and the dude that she is with loves her so much that and I'm going to just put it out there, he's more than likely black. He loves her so much that he was basically being a nurse. He was wiping her backside because she couldn't properly do it for herself. And now she's like, well, I'm all well, and now, I'm doing good for myself. I'm Mrs. Monopoly out here. And, I'm just trying to figure out, because I don't really feel appreciated. I'm like, what should I do about this situation? Because I'm big grown. I need more show. I need the one thing I love so much is that, as stupid as she is, she's 1,000% honest in her stupidity. 1,000% honest. That's the one thing that I love so much, because it is incredible to see the type of ignorance out here. Like this is why I told people before that a lot of this nonsense that you've heard older women spreading online about how it is that they don't feel appreciated, a man should do this and all this. I told y'all before over the years that it's going to seep directly down to the younger generation. She's 24 right now. 24. So how long do you think that she was paying attention to grown older women talk just like how she's talking right now? A man didn't teach her this. I just want y'all to understand this. A man did not sit up there and teach her to be this arrogant, to have this type of attitude about stuff. A man is literally wiping and probably washing you because you can't do it for yourself while you're in the hospital. You were down bad. You were at your worst. And this man was sitting up there giving you basically what in reverse of what women would say, he was giving you husband treatment when you weren't even deserving of it. I want you to know, if that man ever sees that video, his villain arc is going to start at that point. He is going to wisen up so quick and so smooth. It is going to be like a blur. And the moment in time that she no longer has that guy, she's going to be at a point in life where she's going to look back in her 30s and 40s. She's be like, yeah, I really messed up. Like, I actually had a good one and I was too arrogant. I was too prideful. I had all of this other type of stuff. And, he got away. That's wild. That is wild. If that man, after seeing this video, if he does not leave her, he is a fool. 1,000%. He is a fool. But at this point right now, he is a solid dude that did the right thing, did what he was supposed to do for the woman that he is in a relationship with. And this is the respect that he gets. He gets his woman going online and clowning him for doing the right thing. And people wonder why you got tons of women out here saying like, oh, where are all of the good men and this, that, and the third. Yeah, this is what happens. You got a lot of good dudes that actually do the right things, but it just so happens that that woman that he thought that he was doing the right thing for, that he thought was a good woman, was the wrong woman the whole time. She is out here in public, not inebriated, not under the influence, showing who it is that she has always been. She's letting us know her actual truth. But what she delivered to that guy more than likely wasn't what we see in front of us right now. So this is why I sit up there and say a lot of times that you got a lot of women out here that are very good at acting, that are very good deceivers. Like I said, I feel sorry for this dude. And that's another reason why I need women out here. If you're raising sons, you have to make your sons aware of women like this, because if you don't, these will be the women that will trap and ensnare and ruin your son. Your son is going to be like a lot of the other dudes out here, just playing around with women. He ain't going to take women serious. After going through this, after doing what it is that that she just described that this man did, he ain't doing this no more. I promise you. He's like, man, I ain't never doing this before. I ain't never doing this thing. I ain't never taking care of no woman. That's crazy. Jesus. Like I said, hopefully, I pray that dude, he sees that. I hope he sees her in her fullness, in her honesty, and her truth, and he leaves her exactly right there. Because what fell on her before is going to fall on her again. And the next time it happens, she's not going to have him to rely on. Matter of fact, there's not going to be, probably is going to be a rare shot that she's going to find another dude that's going to be there to actually do that, especially at that young age, especially if they're both 24 in their 20s. Oh, good luck. Good luck. You found one of the rare ones at that time, at that age range. Good luck. That's wild to me. That is wild. So now we're going to go to the next crazy video. Well, it's actually, it's not crazy, but I'm probably going to read the comment below talking. Right. So the video, so at the lower right hand corner, you'll see a woman, stating her opinion. Above to the upper left, I would say center left, that woman is going to make a response to the smaller video that you see. At the very bottom, there's an image that I captured from the comment section, right? And this is what a random woman stated, right? She said, I learned from my mistakes, ma'am. I was once crazy for taller guys, but they ain't the most masculine, to be honest. Also, after you have his child, he's gone, and no short or tall man wants you. I decided to date women for now because my son is still young and we need help, but I wouldn't encourage women to pick their guys based off of height. Choose better, and most definitely let that man be in love with you. I just want to sit up there and say that this had nothing to do with tall guys. This woman was more than likely either bi or headed towards the lesbian direction. She just wanted to scratch a few things off of her list. She got a tall guy, and then number two, she got a baby, because she knew that if she got with a woman, she wasn't going to be able to, do the things that she wanted to be able to do, the natural way, right? So I just want to put that directly out there, because I have a huge dislike for women deciding to state that after dating, that men just automatically turn them into lesbians. I'm like, nah, you were more than likely already bi or try. You were already going in that direction. You were already going in that direction. You just didn't want to be honest directly with it. You wanted to have somebody to blame, and the easiest route is to just blame men, right? So let's just take a listen to the video and hear this out.
5'2" and below, talking about I only date men that are 6'3" and taller.
So a lot of y'all want to be dense in my comment section because of the fact that y'all think that I disagreed with what she said. I never disagreed. I said she sounded insecure. I understand 14.5% of adult men are over the height of 6 feet. So that's like 1 in 7 men. I understand that, okay? It's a very small number. And it gets even smaller when you go by race, right? Because if you think about it, the average white man is like 5'9". The average black man is like 5'9". The average Asian or Hispanic man is like 5'7". I do understand that there's not a big ass number of men that are over 6 feet. I get that. I never said what she said about the reasoning why short women want tall men is incorrect. A lot of short women, they do say some dumbass shit that they just heard online that sounded cute and want to be part of, the norm of, oh, I got me a tall man, whatever the case may be. I agree to that. I'm not going to sit here and hold that a lot of you tall women won't date short men for the same dumbass fucking rehearsed answers that y'all have as well. Y'all worry about what society will think about you being next to a short man. Society already thinks a lot of you tall women are just big, right? Imagine being with a short man. And I want to make something very abundantly clear that a lot of y'all don't want to be honest about. A lot of y'all think that just because a man's tall, that means that he's going to protect you. That means he's strong. That means he's, whatever the case may be. And a lot of y'all think that short men means that they're weak, that they can't fight, that they, they're not a man all the way, or whatever the case may be. A lot of you tall women have been taught directly or indirectly that being with a short man makes you look less feminine, right? Society already calls you big as it is, right? It makes it seem like you settled or you're less desirable or whatever the case may be. Y'all have made height, and I'm talking about y'all as society has made height about image, and y'all don't talk about compatibility. I've never went around saying that, oh, I need my man to be over 6 feet just because I just want something to climb. That's just never been it. I've dated men that were 5'9", 5'10", and over 6 feet. Not because of the fact that I was shallow. It's just because of the fact that we both were attracted to each other and we both pursued each other. That's just what it is. I never stopped a tall woman from getting a tall man. If the tall man wants a tall woman, he's going to pursue her. If the tall man wants a short woman, he's going to pursue her. And a lot of you women, let's be honest, y'all don't shoot your shot. Y'all wait for the man to shoot their shot instead of you going after what you want. Regardless, I don't know where a lot of you tall women live, but I'm sure there is a tall man in your city that you probably have crossed paths with, thought was attractive, and just let him go by instead of just saying something to the man. And then all of a sudden, now that man, he sees a woman that he finds attractive, who's short, and he pursues her. Like, you can't get mad at that. It just makes it seem that a lot of you tall women want to police short women for liking tall men as well. I understand, again, if they're over 6 feet, again, this is a society thing that y'all need to be honest with yourselves on what you created. But a short woman liking a tall man isn't blocking a tall man from liking you as a tall woman, okay?
The craziest part directly about this is that you got fields of women, and again, I've shown, well, before it was technically illegal to do. You had the red balloon pop, and I showed you guys a video last year where a short woman, she was about probably like 5'3", Without the heels, she might have been like 5 feet. And the guy that was up there, he was about 5'11", about 5'11", 6 feet. And the woman, and the short woman with heels, she kept calling this dude short. She was like, "Yeah, you too short. You too short for me." It's like, you gotta, be, 6 feet or whatnot, whatever. It's like we look like we're at the same height. We're looking eye to eye. I'm like, what type of delusion are you currently sitting in at this moment in time, where you think at 5'3" you're eye to eye with somebody who was 5'11" to 6 feet? Like, you smoking rocks. And then when the host of the show, Arletty, when she was like, "All right, y'all stand, back to back so we can sit up there and see who's taller," it was clear that the dude, by miles, that the dude was taller. She was like, "Oh, well, okay. I mean, what does your doctor say?" The doctor, and he gave the exact height. It was like, "Well, it doesn't look like it." I'm like, "Oh my God." Boy. Oh my God. Like I said, shout out to the guys that's 6 feet tall. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. And this is why I tell dudes who are normally just like 5 anything, go everywhere else. Go around the world. Go see, go be around the world, because when it deals with being in the United States, and you're specifically talking to women who are in the 5-foot range, they look at you as if you're a hobbit. Like, it doesn't even make any type of sense. Like, it's wild to me. Even women who are like 4'11", they will call a dude that's 5'8" short. I'm like, how? I'm like, where is the math? Who is doing this rating system out here? I'm like, yo, it is crazy out here. That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, you said I know many couples with tall women have dated shorter husbands. I mean, it's rare though. That's the thing. The one thing that normally happens is that men who are in the 5-foot range, they get overlooked by women who are 4 foot and women who are 5-foot range. These are bars. They also get overlooked by women who are taller. These are also bars. Because in general, women want to be with taller guys. These are facts. So, it's tough out here. It's tough out here. It'd be like that. If women were able to be with the height of which that they find suitable, pretty much every woman out here would be with somebody who is 6 feet tall. 6 feet and over. Some women, they're like, no, specifically the dude has to be 6'6". I'm like, that don't even make sense. I'm like, I mean, all right, But like I said, glory to the winner. Glory to the winner. And like I said before, any guys out here that's like 5 foot anything, just go out into the world. Allow all of the 6 foot master race, allow them to just swoop in and take care of all the women directly out there. Like I said, glory to the winner. Ain't no hate in my blood. You got it. You got it. You got it. Sham said, I don't know, but the odds of dating somebody that's tall is real slim. Strandy said, not dated, they are married, you said, and have been together for years. Shauna said, no, I will not. Me and my husband are about the same height, and like he's 1 inch taller than me. Strandy said, people should be with those who they love. Sham was like, no, I gave up on that at birth. I was taller than the other kids in my kindergarten. I had not a chance but to submit to the reality. All of my boyfriends are going to be shorter than me. Sham was like 6'1", and there was never going to be a guy taller than me. Strandy said, my big sister 6'7". Dang! Wow. That's a very tall woman. That is hopefully she is playing some sports, because let's not waste that height. Because I'm like, you got women out here playing volleyball, and you got women out here in the WNBA. Got to put that height to some use. Gotta put it to some use. Can't just have that just like sitting around in the office. You gotta go out there modeling somewhere. Gotta go out there modeling, on TikTok, a runway somewhere, something. You can't just be sitting out there 6'7" as a woman and just sitting in the office. That don't even make no sense. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing it. Christy said 6'6" is crazy. Yeah. Shan was like 6'1", and there was never going to be a guy taller than me. D Money said dating short women will mess up your gene pool. Yo, that's crazy. I'm so glad I sat up there and read the comment ahead of time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is why you can't take people nowhere. Always Gail. Just Gail just coming out the blue. Oh my goodness, that's wild. That is wild. Sham said, my aunt is that tall. And Sham was like, it's time for me to put my head in the pillows. Strandy said that she is a volunteer doctor in the fields in war saving kids. That's dope. That's pretty dope. You said that she is a true angel. That is dope. Let me tell you. That is a strong woman. Let me tell you, that would be a woman right there that they would model Spartans directly off. People don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Halo. And I think if back in one of the books, at least from what I can remember verbatim from what somebody told me, was that I think one of the first Spartans that was tested was a woman. You had a female Spartan that was directly out there before Master Chief and stuff like that. I thought that was actually pretty cool, hearing about that. So that's how I tend to imagine, women who are, taller. And I just know for a fact that taller women ain't getting into no fights because, the average woman ain't trying to sit up there. They are not trying to fight. It's like, nah, taller women is too much like, leverage, is too much reach. And you got a lot of women out here that don't really know how to fight. So it's like, yeah, nah. They'll try to jump somebody, but yeah, nah. And then even with that, like I said, if people ever seen videos of lions or hyenas trying to jump a giraffe, everybody is receiving kicks, thunderous blows to the chest. So it's like this. It's not gonna work out. It is, it's not gonna work out. D Money says 6'7" with no jump shot is a waste of height. The craziest part is, for me, I used to shoot without jumping. I mean, I can jump, I can reach the rim and all that, but I would just shoot without jumping. I just thought it was more fun. Cause I'm like, why does everybody just like keep jumping? I'm like, yo, if you got the power directly in your arms, you can just, hoop that directly in there, and nothing but nothing, you good. It's solid. Third said, I'm 6 feet and I have no problems taking on a shorter woman. They all fold the same. This man. Sham said, I mean, it depends. Hard to have a jump shot if things are blocking the jump. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. All women are not, built equal. A lot of women in the WNBA, they don't got no front. A lot of normal women out here do. Just like the story I gave to y'all where I knew this one girl that was running track, and I don't even know what type of, she just needed like a vest or something for her to properly run. Because I'm like, I know her chest got to be hurting. I'm like, you need like full on, you need the whole roll of duct tape just to keep everything centered, just so that you can run. I'm like, she had the heart to run track. It just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. Wasn't there. Yo, Williams, what is up? You said 6'5" with the hands. What was it? Strand said the risk is too high. He said no one wants to fight through because the risk is too high. Yeah, that's bars. That's bars. Sham said, I mean, I don't pick fights first, but man, you're gonna get a side of me that you didn't think was possible when you put your hands on me. Oh man. D Money said the shortest man in my family is 5'11. Ty said, who is it you talking about? Gladys Wilson. She volunteered during the first Spartan trials. Oh, that was her name. See, I didn't even know her name. That's the crazy work. Shout out to Ty. See, this is why I love live streams, because somebody out there knows what it is that I'm talking about. Like I said, libraries all throughout here. Whenever I do live streams. Shout out to Ty. Gail said, it amazes me how people assume that tall people have a certain lot in life. I tell my daughter to act helpless. Your height is for your benefit only. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Wait, Gail, did you say I think you said your daughter is about like 6 feet, right? And I think you said you're about like 5'7". I think you said you're about like 5'7", 5'8", I think it was. Because every time I hear, every time it comes to mind when Gail mentions like her daughter, in my mind, I'm like, yo, Gail is like, like 6'2", like 6'3". Like she about to like let a woman sit up there and like roll up on Gail thinking that, they're gonna sit up there and be talking some mess. She gonna sit up there and like hit them with that one man punch like it's over. I'm like, why would you do this? Like, why would you roll up to Gail and never think, that you was gonna be able to talk some mess? The funniest thing is that slightly makes you want to put up the video where the young white girl who trains in UFC, 3 girls came to her job and tried to jump her, and she just mollywopped them. They did not have a chance. It was like when Doomsday fought the Justice League. It was just bodies. I'm like, Lord. I'm like, and that's why I always tell myself, if I ever had a daughter, I am putting her in some martial arts or something, because she is going to be flooring all of these girls out here. We are not playing no games. The only time that I would get called directly up to a school is when they let me know that it's a body on the floor. And I'm like, all right, well, let me come up there, because she's obviously not going to be in school. She ain't going to be in school for the rest of this week. She ain't going to be in school the rest of this week. He said, we ain't playing no games. Wait, what was that? Yo, Original, what is up? You said, I used to do my 3-pointer shots with one hand and it always worked. Strand said, exactly. Said, OMG. Third said, being tall just means you can get stuff off the top shelf at the stores. There is no real advantage to being tall. I mean, technically, I mean, if you think about it though, right? Third, like, let's say like you're walking through New York and your height, you're about like 6'2", 6'3". You're going to tower over the majority of the public directly out there. So it's like you can see what's happening, right? Like, let's say like a shorter dude was going to try to attack you with like a machete or something. You're going to see that before it even happens. It's almost like you got Conqueror's Hakai. Like you can just like, you got the perception of it in the movements before it even happens, right? The awareness is there, versus if you're somebody who is, let's say, like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", you're at the same height as the crowd, so you can't really see if danger is happening and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. That's just my thought process, possibly. Sham said, LOL, there are advantages to being tall. Strand said, "Ask Sham 100%. Third was like, ask Sham, like what? Like, what was that? That's crazy. D Money said the only advantage of being tall is that Sham can give me piggyback rides. Yes, man. Sham said, LOL, one advantage I had being tall was my legs are long and a lot of strength is in them. If I kick the mess out of you, it's going to hurt. I mean, that's true. Women have a very great lower body strength. So, those kicks, it will be like a mule. It will be like a mule. It will. Third said, congratulations. You made tall people sound like meerkats on patrol. I mean, it'd be like that though. I mean, Meerkat's got some great awareness though. Great situation awareness. They're like, oh, I heard danger. Let me look around real quick. What's happening? Let me look out here. Oh, it's nothing. No problem. You know, it'd be like that though. I mean, it's not a bad thing. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Like I said, you know, the craziest part is, for me, from my perception of the world, everybody that I know is pretty much taller than me. I don't know how that worked out. It just, any of the friends that I've grown up with and going to high school with, everybody is pretty much like 95% of them, if not a little bit over, are pretty much taller than me. They're in like, you know, the 6 foot range, 5'11", 6 foot, you know, that type of area. Again, I don't even know how that happened. It just happened that way. So, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking that, okay, well, obviously I'm the shortest person on the planet, and this is just the natural height that everybody's basically tall. You know, like I said, it's crazy out here. It is diabolical. I do have another video. Oh, I didn't actually put that one directly up there. What was there? There's actually a few. Yeah. I did want to look at this video real quick. Let me see this one.
For a back massage, I want it to only be a back massage. Okay. I'm serious. A good one.
Yeah, well, if I got time to do all that.
No. We're laying in bed watching TV, and I want a good masseuse level back massage without you thinking anything else is going to happen. I need that.
I'll attempt it.
You've tried it and failed.
So let me before, you know, we're going to probably see. I just want you to know that this is the look of a guy that's tired. If those people even married or in a relationship, he is probably plotting a divorce or cheating. And again, this is not me saying that it's okay to cheat. I don't want people to get that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's okay to cheat. Just want to put that out there. I'm just stating that he is dealing directly with this woman here, who is stating that, hey, if you give me a massage, it better be masseuse level, as if he went to some type of classes or a school to get certified to be a masseuse, that he's a professional. But then you got women out here that will clown men when they say that they expect for a woman to be able to cook, you know, like a chef, to you know, just be able to do it. Like, hey, five courses. You better be like Gordon Ramsay, you know, directly in the kitchen. You better be like Martha Stewart, you know, like 7-course meals, you know, and all this other time. Yo, that's wild. That's wild. That is 100% wild. And then you're sitting up here telling him to give you a massage and to not be attracted to you. You're telling a man to give his woman a massage and to not get aroused, to not look at you in any type of way where, you know, wow, that's he's going to have another person. She's going to get exactly what she wants, and that's going to be it. And some months or whatever later, she's gonna be like, you know what? It doesn't seem like he's, you know, he's interested. He doesn't try to make the moves. You know, it just, you know, there's nothing there. It's like the fire is gone in the marriage. You are the reason why. You're the reason why. You are the. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, let's continue.
When he asks for dinner, he wants it to only be dinner. Michelin star level dinner, no yapping and no gossip about your coworkers. See, 2 people can play at this.
Yeah, that's crazy. And this is why you be having dudes out here talking about like what's the whole purpose. And I'm looking at her finger, and they are married, because I'm looking at the band directly on the finger. And this is why you have a lot of dudes out here saying like, what's the purpose of even get married? Because it's like you got to have conversations like this, which is wild. Like this is 100. Do you know how, first of like, if a guy is really interested, directly in you, do you know how difficult it is for a guy to just be like, all right, I'm just going to give you, like a simple massage and that's it? There has to be like some other type of distractions happening in order for a dude to be like, all right, let me just sit up there and get this done real quick. All right, you know, I'm back doing whatever it is that I'm doing or whatnot, whatever. It takes quite a bit. It takes quite a bit. Or y'all have to, have a lot of arguments. There has to be a lot of residual energy from arguments or past days for a dude to just like really be like, all right, let me just give you this massage and that's it. I don't care about doing nothing else. But like I said, this is why I told a lot of women is like, hey, what women specifically ask for, they're going to get. But the problem is when you have women out here asking for just one specific thing, they don't like the end result. They do not like the end result. Her end result is going to be divorce sooner or later. it's going to be something very close to divorce. Something just going directly in that direction. That is wild. That is 100% wild. Just wild. So now, which other video do I want to put directly up there? The Asian girl. No, I ain't gonna put that one up there. Let me see. Did this one? I don't think this had music to it, right? Let me just play this real quick, just to make sure. Yep, it did. I'm glad I looked at it before I did it. So let me go back. Let me get rid of the music real quick. This one is going to be a little bit of a funny one because I'm like, well, you lost out, and I'm like, when it deals with this video, I'm like, you had to be a type of person in order for you for a woman to be a quote unquote lesbian or a stud, and then to her to revert back to going to men. You had to be a certain type of woman in order to make that happen. I'm just gonna be real, like that. That's crazy. That's like on some level of some sorcery of turning lead into gold. Like that's wild. I'm like, do you understand what it would take to do that? People are still trying to figure that out to this day. But yet it's happened. So it's going to take me a little bit of time. While that's happening, let me just roll through these comments. Let me see, what was it? Sham said third advantage is people are less likely to try you. Robbers don't see me as the easy prey. They go for male abusers too. They get scared off by me. What was that? Strandy said, is that her partner? Yes. Mo said if this man, let me tell you something. That's why I gotta read Gail and Mo's comments ahead of time. Strandy said, what's wrong with people? D Money said 5 minutes into the massage. It is over. Yeah, that's crazy. Shan was like, LOL, right, Gail? Kidnappers don't even want you when you're a taller woman. What was it? Gail said, the way access is so easy nowadays, she should be glad she still turns her husband on. Ooh, that's diabolical. Hey, D-Love, what is up? What is up? Strandy said he must do a really bad job and she must really be bad at communicating. Third said, I got lucky a few times behind telling the woman I don't. This man. The stories y'all be having is crazy. Original said has to be like September or December for nothing to pop off. When your man gives his wife a massage, this is something about those months' energy is not there. Shem was like, then back to lead. Yep. Factory reset. Let me see. I think the video should be done. It is. All right. So let me just get this real quick so we can just take a listen. Take a quick listen. Factory reset is real. That's facts. That is straight bars. All right, let me put this up for you guys right here. I didn't click it. That's crazy.
Her best friend's sister. That. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I really like Kayla, but she got Haven, so I ain't even gonna try to pursue that or nothing. Okay. Her sister tells her, so she now knows this man wants her and is pursuing her, but is not gonna do it because of me, and still entertains him. Mind you, I go to her and I'm like, so what's up with that? She's like, no, you don't have to worry about him. That's where it's cheating. You told me not to worry about somebody, and then a month later, you're with him. Like, that's your boyfriend. Like, y'all.
So let me get this straight. Hold on. So let me just try to So if we look for the woman that's talking, right below her, right? So she's the one to the left of that picture. And then the woman that you see pregnant, the stud with the short hair, she's the one with the white top on. I have to question what type of woman that you were in order for that transformation to take place. You turned her from a stud to a housewife. Yo, that's crazy. And you talking about you mad. What did you do? That's a transfer. She did not have her hair was not growing out when she was with you. You was the one looking like the woman in that relationship. and then on top of that, it's almost like two different people. And the image to the left, she's glowing. Like, she's pregnant, she's happy, she's glowing. In the other image, she ain't the one glowing. You and the one are technically the one glowing. Whoa, what type of person were you? What type of energy were you still in at that moment in time? Because yeah, I guess the jig was up. I don't know, but let's keep going.
Popped out. Like, you didn't even come to me or
Look
say.
Look at that. That's that. Yo, realistically, I swear you can't even tell me that's the same person. That don't know that nowhere. No, looking at her face, right? I do not see a stud. I do not see a stud. I do not see a lesbian. So you got the girlfriend to the right, and then you got the stud to the left. Woo! That as people would say, that glow up. Let me tell you, she outglowed her. Ooh, Jesus Christ! Wow.
The same way you went to social media to pop out with bro, the same way I went to social media and say not the person you told me not to worry about is the motherfucker that you're with now. Now, if y'all think that's cheating, okay. If you don't think that's cheating, okay. I do. I feel like I was cheated out of information. You could have told me, I'm feeling things for this man. I don't feel like feelings just grow out your ass in a month. And I don't feel like you can just switch your sexuality like that.
But you
like,
did.
It's okay that you couldn't be honest with yourself, so you couldn't be honest with me. But I can feel how I want to feel about that. Like, you cheated. That's not fair. Like, but maybe it is, and maybe.
Brother, it's not fair. That's life. It's over. Get over it. You see. So this is the main problem, right? This is how I'm looking at it. I feel as though that she's mad for a variety of reasons, right? Number one is like she's no longer with the woman, but also at the same time, let me see. That was like 122 where we stopped. Let me see if I can go back there, right? If we look directly at the woman, we can clearly see she is ecstatic. She is happy. She looks like a normal, happy woman. You yourself as a woman could not pull this out of her. Explain that to me. Women are supposed to know women, right? Women know the women internally, mentally, and all this. Y'all share the same clothes, all this, but you could not make her look like this. The moment in time that she got to a man, the man pulled that out of her, something that you couldn't do as a woman. You don't even look anywhere close to what she looks like. That's the craziest part. And you were the woman in the relationship. Whoo, that's crazy. That's whoo. A man out there doing the Lord's work. Let me tell you something.
But I can feel how I want to feel about that. Like, you cheated. That's not fair. Like, but maybe it is, and maybe I'm just hurt. But yeah, that's what this whole thing's about. Kayla acquired a boy best friend towards the end of the relationship. Totally platonic during our relationship. Of course, he lived in a whole nother city, so they wasn't like they were meeting up or anything. We were around each other 24/7, so I know that there was nothing done, but there was knowledge of him wanting her. Deep down, I feel like she wanted him to. Obviously, they're parents now. So it's just like, yeah. Back to positivity.
That's crazy. I mean, don't people normally say that there's tons of women in the sea? I mean, and she been in that sea, so she knows where all the women are at. But she's specifically stuck on this one woman when there's plethora of other women directly out there. That's some crazy work. Like I said, this was I guess this was just the life that she wanted. She thought that she was a stud. And then the right guy came along. This dude pulled a Chris Vaughn, and he not Chris Vaughn. What's the dude's name? What's the actor's name? Vaughn. I forgot the dude's name, but somebody know what I'm talking about though. But that dude pulled up, and he changed her life. And like I said, she seems way happier in photos with him than she does with you. And that's probably the other thing that basically gets to her. Like I said, you're a woman. Women are supposed to be able to, make other women happy and all this. And you could not make her smile like that. She was up there just like sitting there like you would normally, like I said, it was crazy. Like that, she is not cheesing in that photo. She up there trying to look as hard as could be, and maybe that's not what she wanted to do. She actually wanted to be a woman. She wanted to be the soft one there. She didn't want to sit up there and have to fit that role and do that and do this and all this. Like I said, and I keep trying to tell a lot of folks out here, women ain't built to sit up there and deal with and all the stuff that men got to sit up there and deal with, and it shows. This is why you got lesbians directly out here who openly talk about how tough it is for them, the studs, how tough it is for them to date women out here, and how women only want them for money. Women only want to them to do things for them, like when it's Valentine's Day and stuff. They the ones that got to go out and buy them stuff, and then the women don't want to do anything for them. Like I said, hey, people gonna find out. People gonna pay attention. It be like that. It be like that. This man D Money was like the strap game wasn't strong. That's wild. That is wild. Let me see. Gail was like, I will and I can't promise. Sham says she could have been groomed because lesbians are groomed as young girls and she looks younger than her. I mean, that's possible too. Strandy said, I don't think the woman pregnant ever had a relationship with her though. I just think she expected more. So she's mad that she tried to put energy into that, but didn't get none. That could also be true too. But I'll say this though. And this goes to my other question, where women say that they got a sixth sense where they can tell the bad intentions of men and they got all these spider senses. So where was her spider sense when it dealt with this whole situation? That's all I'm trying to figure out, right? Because women got sixth sense. Women talk about this all the time. Women's intuition and all this other type of stuff. But when it deals with situations like this, supernaturally, that intuition and stuff is directly out the window, which is wild. But like I said, you could be very much correct, right? Somebody thought it was something that it really wasn't, and they got too much involved. They put too much emotions directly in it, and then things didn't happen. Hey, what is up, Tippy? Much love, respect, and appreciation. Gail was like, she went from Kodak Black to Lupita Nyong'o. Oh, that's crazy. Yo, that is wild. That is wild. That's a good one though. Let me tell you that is a good one. It does remind me of Kodak Black though. It does. D Money said Kodak Black is crazy work. Yeah, Yo, that is wild. That is wild. D Love said that's what I was thinking at Sham, that she might have been groomed. Yo, V Will, what is up? What is up? What is up? You said, what am I looking at here? You're looking at a lesbian woman that is heartbroken over the relationship that never was. Strandy said, not all women have a sixth sense, 100%, but you said, but some women do. Let me see. D Money was like, and somehow it'll still be a man's fault. I mean, well, if we go back, if we go back to the previous image, I mean, I guess in this instance, people could say it was the guy's fault, but for positive reasons, I guess. I don't know. Tippy said, what happened? So basically, the woman that you see on the right side of the screen is a lesbian, and she's talking about the fact of how the relationship with the darker complected woman that you see on the right side, I'm sorry, on the left side of the screen, did not work. And she feels as though that, you know, she was cheated on, and you know, a variety of other things, like basically going online, and she's in her feelings about the whole situation. Like I said, I'm looking at the two images. I'm looking at the darker complected woman as a woman to the left, and then I'm looking at her as a stud in sort of like the center picture, and she looks a lot better and happier to the left versus when she was with the woman that you see on the right side of the screen. In my humble personal opinion, I'm just saying, they actually, both of them actually look happy. Like he's up there smiling. He was like, yeah, I got her. And then she up there, it's like she's like, she has a smile, but she knows she really wants to, sit up there live. Like she is just genuinely, you know, bubbling with happiness. And it's like, and this, you can see it. And you know, like I was saying before, I feel as though that's really the main thing that's in a sense getting to the woman to the left, because she could never pull that type of energy out of her like that. Because somebody, like I told people before, somebody has to play the role. Somebody has to be the woman in a relationship. Another person has to be the man. And you know, you got some women out here that's tired. They're like, nah, I'm about to, you know, go back to the other side. about to go to the other side. Yo, Yun, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? Yun was like, delusion is what delusion is. That's bars. That 100%, that's bars. That is straight bars, straight bars. Sham said, you get women who ignore that sixth sense because that greed is louder than the voice. So she's acting like she didn't know, because I'm sure that the other story is wild. I mean, that's, hey, let me tell you. Strandy said, I'm happy for the couple. Sham says she looks so much happier now with her guy and pregnant with a child now. I feel she was probably grown by that chick and with her abusive relationship, and now she wants to act like a victim. D Money said, don't let your girlfriend stop you from getting the love of your life. Yo, that's wild. That is wild. That's wild. Hip said, and wait, I'm confused. Do I know who you are? You said, and here you are on YouTube Live obsessing over other people while you have no relationship. Do I even know who you are? Yo, that's wild. That is wild. And Shan was like, and now he's gone. I don't even know who that person was. Like, I don't even know how we even got to that point. You know, that's some wild work. That is, you know, the craziest part is, you know, I got a great relationship with self, though. You know, working on self, you know, every single day, you know, self-love, knowledge of self, you know, working on a lot of things internally, you know, while working on a lot of things in reality. So it's crazy. I mean, you know, obviously, even though Sham got rid of that person, if that person actually had a real relationship or anything to go off of, they would be focused on that relationship versus talking to me. Which would be kind of funny is if the same person that is in this video is the person that pulled up. That'd be crazy. That would be wild, but the world will never know. The world will never know. Let me tell you something. But like I said, shout out to the trolls though. We all over here just having a simple conversation, dissecting the video, and here comes people just, throwing nonsense directly out there. D Love said it looks like freedom. Third says she's fighting to keep from cheesing. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, because I'm looking directly at her and I'm like, I've seen that face so many times. I'm like, she want to bust out like laughing so hard, but she's just like, no, I'm about to just keep it straight. It's like, I got this. It's crazy. It's crazy. D Money said the Lord's work. Shem was like, going now. Trey was like, big Mo said they're obsessed in the Bermuda Triangle. Shem was like, he could worry about the relationship in the shadow realm. Probably is gay and trying to hit on you by being a jerk. Cause why is he worried about your love life? Hey, it'd be like I said, it's 2026. I ain't judging. Whatever people about is whatever they're about. I'm not about that life, but you gotta go out there and live your life. Frolicking and going through the flowers, being great in your lavender. You got that. Shem said, who was that? Did I read that? Yeah. D Love said, cross thought SEIJIHITO, is that her? Hey, I don't know. If it was, I'm sorry what happened to you. It be like that, my guy. You just got to go back out there. There's many of other fishes. And then, of course, you know exactly where to fish. So like I said, it shouldn't be that difficult. If you can pull one, you can pull many. Now, if that's the only one that you can pull, it says a lot about you. It be like that, though. It be like that. Third, I said, welcome to the Phantom Zone, LOL. Strandy said, with content like this, you can't get surprised. I mean, yeah, that's true. It'll be even worse if I was on TikTok. I mean, I am on TikTok, but I don't really do live streams. But if I was on TikTok, it'll be way worse. Whoo! People would have been lighting up that platform so quick, just trying to hit buttons. Do. TikTok, get them out of here. They'll be doing that real quick. Sham said, LOL. He said, I'm surprised today I didn't have to drop the trap card too much. Yeah, that's because of the way that it's titled. So because it's not, something that people can automatically just, I guess, like grab it. Like if I would have put like Trump in the title or something like that and whatnot or whatever, it would have been a little bit different. Would have had like a lot more people. But like I said, it was just a variety of videos up here going over, different various topics and stuff like that. So, it'd be like that. Like I said, a lot of times I like just being able to have a in a sense, a laid back, type of stream where it's not too hectic and we're not really dealing with a lot of stuff out here. So, positive, technically, sort of, kind of. But yeah, we've been going for about 2 hours and 32 minutes. So that is about it. That is about it. Hey, Billy. Aw, Billy. we gotta get you set up with like some notifications. We gotta get you set up with some notifications. What is up, Billy? What is up? Oh man, let me tell you. I just want to say my apologies. My apologies. Let me tell you. Like, oh man, I feel bad. D Love said I'm super late. No, it's like I said, it's all good. Technically the live stream was supposed to happen a little bit earlier, but I was looking for videos and I had to edit some stuff. Strandy said, nice meeting y'all, and you have a sub. Hey, much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love. Happy you enjoyed the content here. We tend to do this. I'm not going to say frequently because I don't want to be like, all right, I'm consistent on this, but then I'm consistently inconsistent. So we do this quite often. But yeah, much love for subbing, and I'm happy you're able to enjoy the content and the conversation as well. Also, much love, respect, and appreciation, and shout out to any and all of you guys who pulled directly up to the scene. during the live stream. Shout out to anybody who threw any jewels, in the comment section. I'm not able to see at this moment. Shout out to anybody who threw out any donos as well too. Shout out to any and everybody that's a part of the patron and different things of that nature. Much love, much love. Let me see. What am I forgetting? It's like every time I do this, I have the lines in my mind, but I tend to forget quite often. Matter of fact, hold on. Just give me 1 second. Give me a second. Let me see. All right, I am back. I actually had to go pick up something real quick. My apologies. But yeah, shout out to Billy. I am so sorry. She technically came in, at the last minute. I really got to get those notifications directly down. Let me see. Billy, do you happen? I'm not sure if she might be. Oh no, she's still here. Okay, so Billy, do you happen to have the notifications up on the notification bell? Let me know. Because it's like I hate when I'm about to like end the stream and then I got people just coming in and I'm like, man, it's like I feel so bad. It's just like, I feel so bad. The money said no. Shout out to the mods. Well, I wasn't completely done. I was coming directly back. I wasn't just leaving. Let me see. Sham's talking about food. Yo, Rabbit, what is up? What is up? What is up? You said what is the name of the soundtrack? What is the name? I think it's lo-fi hip hop. They don't really have an actual like name directly for it. So I'm not even sure where to even tell you to download it from. They just got it in StreamYard. So I just use the music that they have there. I mean, I can't upload my own. So if I happen to find some off of from some other places, I'll put some different music up there for y'all as well too. Let me see. What was it? Sonny said, who are these? What, Shove and Trip Stop characters? I don't even know what that is. D Money said, this must be Seji. Hold music. Yeah, that's crazy. Pink said, Seji, have you played Hellmar yet? No, I haven't played that yet. I have not played Hellmart at all. Really, I haven't played mini games. Technically, I think the most I've played so far. Let me try to close some. Wasn't. Oh, let me give y'all an update. I'm going to do a video about it anyway. But this woman here, only sure American can write something. Well, I'll just put the picture up there, because if I put the image up there, then people might get confused. I mean, even though it's in a live stream area, so people shouldn't really get confused. But let me see if I can find the photo of the woman, right? So this woman here that I gave y'all the information about before, color me surprised when I logged in today and she erased all of her social media. After she made the stupid comment where she specifically stated, can we please bring back the normal police brutality, basically saying that she's uncomfortable with seeing her own people being assaulted by police, and she finds it more palatable or comfortable to watch black men being assaulted or losing their lives by police on an everyday basis. She would rather see that. She shut down all of her social medias. So the thread that she had is gone. The TikTok that was linked is gone. The IMDb that was up there that she had credits on, she made sure to, I guess, take the pictures down directly up there. Her IG gone. I think she may have had an X account, gone. So it's quite funny. You know how people start moving when they say stupid stuff that they don't got no business saying. It is crazy. But let me go back there. What did Billy said that you said what's going on here? We slow grounded today. Well, I was just letting it go technically a little bit longer because I know that you just got here and some other people just got here. So I'm doing that at the moment while eating some food. So that is currently, what I'm doing at the moment. Like I normally say, hopefully everybody is enjoying the start to their weekend, and everything of the sort. Wait, today is Friday, right? Let me see. Okay, today is Friday. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did give you guys that video dealing with the blackout. A lot of folks online were talking about like, hey, no schools, no online shopping, no going out and doing, all of these other things. So I wonder, I'm going to end up checking social media a little bit later on to see how that is actually going. Because like I told people before, I find it very funny that when things are happening to other folks, now people want to pull up to the scene and they want to start protesting and they want everybody else to join in and to take part in it. But when Black Americans were telling people like, yo, we need to come together because it's not, really just us. We are going to be the, up front, the forerunners, I guess you could say, directly about the situation. But it's basically about everybody. People didn't want to listen. People didn't want to come together. And they just, left Black people where they were. And now everybody else is like, no, we all got to come together. We got to leave, bygones to be bygones. And then, this is affecting all of us. Right. And this is when the fake Black Panthers, aka the Black Lions, were out there on the streets, trying to do all of this other type of stuff. And they're speaking for everybody else. And they're not doing any type of speaking when it deals with Black folks. Wild work. Wild work. Let's see what we got. I mean, pizza don't look too bad. Got that good old classic 7-Eleven pizza. Billy said, that's okay. I'll get you tomorrow. And that you love lo-fi. Lo-fi is dope. Hip-hop lo-fi, that is dope. You can do a lot of work. A lot of work cleaning or just like, relaxing and doing some reading. Somebody said, who is this girl? She has a beautiful smile. You like racist. That's what it is. D-Love said, I sent my kids to school and need to go shopping before Sabbath starts. That's crazy. Oh, that is wild as well. D-Money said, black out for what? Oh, you weren't okay. So the last live stream that I did from yesterday, we went over a few videos where people were talking about a blackout on the 30th because of everything that was going on with ICE, and things like that. So that's pretty much what it's all about. But coinciding with that, what I didn't know about because people weren't highlighting it was a potential partial government shutdown on the 30th. So I might, happen to do something about that a little bit later on. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that was supposed to be happening during the 30th, or at least until, next month or whatever. Let me see. D-Love said, my kids love that pizza, says she. Yeah. Oh, you talking about the one from 7-Eleven? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Either if they have it directly out there, cooking, or if you just get it frozen and you cook it yourself. Yeah, it's pretty good. It is. It's pretty good. Sunny said she used those glasses. Wait, she put those glasses on so she doesn't look barefoot. That's crazy. That's yo, that is wild. Tippy said, y'all seen that image of the Hispanics raising their hands, touching Alex pretty like he's Jesus? Yeah, no, I ain't seen that yet. Billy up there laughing. D-Love said, nope, I did not at Tippy. Billy says, Seji, I was just talking about the music, not the live. Wait, I'm lost. I'm so confused. Yo, I'm lost right now. Let me see. D-Money said gas station pizza is fire. Yeah. Yep. D-Love said she looks like Where's Waldo? Yeah. You know what the funniest thing is? I didn't realize that up until you said it. I did not realize until you said it. And you are correct. You are correct. 100%. Tip was like, LOL, yes, you do. Wait, what did he want to say? He said, how are racists with dimples? I have no clue. But she got herself offline. So we won't see her for a minute up until she decides to change her name or say something else stupid. And the craziest part is when I went through the 60 or 70 friends that she had on Threads, there were at least 3 to 4 black people directly up there. So I'm not sure if they're really on threads like that or what it was, but I had half a mind to send a message to each of them, even though it probably wouldn't have went nowhere. They probably wouldn't have cared. But it's crazy when you end up seeing folks like this online and they got black friends, and the black friends they not just going excommunicado, like not dealing with them at all. That's some wild stuff. And that message that she put out there went viral, at least for those who actually caught it. Tippy says she deleted all her socials, and now we gotta find her. D Love said glasses and all. D Love up here laughing. Up here, Tippy. D Money said she needs to brush them eyebrows. That's crazy. That is some crazy work. But yeah, so I mean, technically that's some positive news to leave directly off of with. You got a racist that was online, and she's no longer online. So, that's a positive, something to leave directly off with. So again, so before I do it, because I saw D Money, shout out to the mods. Always doing, the Lord's work. Every single day putting people in the Bermuda Triangle in the shout around. Shout out to all of the newcomers, all of the newer subscribers. Much love, respect, and appreciation. We went up by like 400 from what I'm able to see. So again, much love, respect, and appreciation to all of those folks who just subscribed. We are on our way to 50K. Much love. Again, shout out to anybody who's a part of the patronage. Shout out to any of the members as well. As D Money would normally say, shout out to the regulars. Much love, respect, and appreciation. And shout out to the MVPs, aka the trolls. And like I said, thanks to a lot of you guys for being with me, the whole go around on both platforms, and for all the love and support that you guys have given me directly over the years. I would not be able to do what it is that I do, without people like you. So now, I'm gonna go eat my food because the brother is hungry. I'm probably about to, eat my food and watch some Kitchen Nightmares real quick. And I'll probably catch you guys in the next, video and or, live stream. What did Money say? This man said, thinking the minds and lives is crazy. Actually, when I redid it, I think the minds first. See, it be own people not paying attention. It's wild work out here. It's wild work. Diabolical. Tippy said, can we see the food? No, Tippy, I'm not about to hook up this woman. Yeah, I swear it's only Tippy. It's only Tippy. Let me see. Yo, what is it? How can I basically 78 J78, because I gotta say it a different way. J78, what is up? You said, hey family, not sure what the topic is, but it is a great day to not help them. Tippy said, thank you. I said you. What was it? Sunny said she has possum skin. What is possum skin? That's crazy. I think Mo sent an emoji. Tippy said, can we see the food? No, Tippy. D Love said, thank you, Seji. Sunny said, eating while watching food. Yeah, that's how you got to do it. It's like, yeah, that's my favorite pastime. Let me tell you. Tippy said, when D Money going live for gaming. Oh yeah, I make sure to matter of fact, let me just do that right now. Let me go to, I didn't mean to go to my channel. I gotta go to, actually, no, that will actually work because I need to go to the side so I can go directly to D Money's channel. Sorry, I got that. So yeah, I got his channel directly on my screen. So the moment in time he goes live, I can just click over and I'm automatically on like the live and everything. D Love said I'm about to go grocery shopping and black that out. Tiffy said, be careful at D Love. What? Yeah, you out of here. I don't know who this Mark dude is talking crazy. This man was like, are you Negro? Your accent is weird. What? Are you Negro? I ain't never in my life. Yeah, y'all just be y'all really think y'all just so creative. Everybody's so creative. Like, Yo, that is crazy. You out of here though. Sham said I got some soup and turkey sandwiches. D Money said Tippy be over here working her butler Jebediah. That's crazy. Mo said my notifications don't work. Hey, for me, my notifications don't be working. I'm telling you. And I have my phone directly near me, and I get no notifications at all, which is crazy. Like I said, I don't even get notifications for me. That's how ridiculous that is. And I'm subscribed to both of my channels. It makes no sense. It is wild. D Love over there got the eyes. Billy said, Sham, there are a few orange juice, and you have to fight that cold before it starts. Yeah, that's true too. That's true. If you got any type of like on symptoms that you can possibly spike, I said spike. Jesus, possibly. I don't even know what I'm saying. If you got any on some symptoms, y'all know what I'm saying. If y'all got any symptoms and you can spot them, you take it ahead of time. Got you. Lord have mercy. It's all bad out here. I want to say it's because I'm tired. When in doubt, blame sleep. Sham said ban from orange. Oh yeah, because it's acidic. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sunny said, but how cold is her home though? I'm not sure. I think it's just more so like health wise. That's why. D Love said I didn't get one earlier as well. Yeah, it'd be tough. D Money said I got a bucket if you need it. It's for him. What D Money is saying, Sham, is that he will be your nurse. He got you. He got you. Hold it down. Yo, we got DC in the building. What is up? What is up? What is up? DC said she has that face like she just left a silent killer, like a crowded elevator. As well. Tippy said, is it snowing where y'all at? Nope. No snow at all. Sham said I had pneumonia and it moved to my throat and it has damaged and taken time to heal. By spring, I should be healed up. D Love said I'm subbed to both of your channels and I didn't get notifications. Yeah, like I said, I feel like when it deals with me, it's something that specifically happens to me like that, where it's just like, yeah, we ain't about to let people know that he's going live or, posting videos and stuff. Like I said, it'd be like that. And then when I want to, keep track of other people, YouTube is like, we'll let you on the platform and, do what it is that you do. But we want to make it seem like it's a very lonely world. It's crazy. Shorty said in 1990s in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the police was terrible. I was there and went through it. This woman Tippy said D Money and Sham sitting in the tree kissing LOL. That's crazy. What was it? Sonny says, Seji, about once a week you show us a person with your glasses. Actually, I don't have those glasses. just to let you know, I don't have those glasses. My glasses are completely different. Two different colors. That's not it. Not it at all. That's some crazy work. DC said, how you not have any snow yet? No, we had snow. It's just not snowing right now. Tippy said, you supposed to sing it, Seji? Nah, I ain't singing. I am not singing out here. Tippy, what you think this is? Only Tippy. Sham said, thank you. It just sucks because I have asthma and I think that's what's causing trouble, but also the medicines that they keep giving me may be harmful as well, too. Yeah, that's true, too. That's true, too. That's true. But yeah, much love to everybody. Again, love the live stream. Going for about close to 3 hours. We're just going to round that directly up. And I'm going to let y'all have at it for the rest of the day at 6:15. And I will catch you guys in the next live stream and or video. Peace out.